Good morning everyone, welcome to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. Well, today it's Simon and I again in the kitchen. Hi Simon! And Simon tells me he's full of beans and full of chat today. So what are you going to chat about today then, Simon?
The weather's nice.
It is, it's lovely, the dogs are sunbathing outside. So, right, hopefully Simon and I are going to have a great demo today and nothing's going to go wrong. What do we think, Simon?
Nothing's going to go wrong, Carol.
iPad's fully charged.
iPad is fully charged. Storage is good.
Storage is good. Mobile charged.
Yep.
Your mobile.
My mobile.
So you can read comments. And then we got the green light, and I've just realised, Simon, I have not turned the Wi-Fi off my computer. Have you turned the Wi-Fi off your computer?
Yes.
Right, well, I'll tell you what to do. You run in and turn the Wi-Fi off my computer now. Leave it here. I'll talk to everybody, and I'll make sure I'm not on it on the phone, so we've got the full strength of the stream.
No, right.
Do you want to just go and do that?
Yeah.
Do you know the code for my computer?
Well, don't say it on air.
Eh? No, I know. But do you know it? Do you know what, guys? Just a moment. I'm going to let Simon talk to you about him, and I'll just go and turn my code off.
God.
There you go, Simon.
Right, so I'm just waiting for the comments popping up. Morning, Pauline. Hello. Hello, Michelle. So, what has everyone been doing over the weekend? Have you made anything nice? Who's made gluten-free carrot cake? I haven't, but I was thinking about it, but I didn't get any flour. So, how's everyone been doing? Have you had a good weekend? I'm just going to chat nonsense while Carol just goes in the other room and turns vodka. Well done, Michelle. Good morning, Delith. Good morning, Julianne. Come on, let us know what you've been doing. Remember, I'm 30 seconds behind, or you're 30 seconds behind, so I won't see it for a while.
They're 30 seconds behind, Simon.
Yeah, well, I'm 30 seconds behind seeing their comments.
Oh, yes, of course, you're reading the comments the same time as them. Because you're what they can see. So let me just explain, everybody, on Facebook. So when we're streaming live, okay, what I'm actually doing now, you actually see 30 seconds later. So Simon is reading the comments off his phone, which means he's seeing exactly the same as you. Anyhow, I'm back. So we're talking about colours and all the different things regarding colour. So yesterday I just thought I'd have a little setup when everything went wrong. So Simon, would you like to just do the overhead?
Simon, yes.
Still with us?
I'm still with you, yes.
Should you do the overhead?
The overhead?
Yeah. Are we still streaming?
I think we're still streaming, yes.
Well,
My phone's...
is it green on the top there, Simon?
The green dot is green.
Well, there we go, then we're still streaming. So don't worry about that. So what I thought I'd do is I'll just put some of the colours together. And what I wanted to show you that we all have hundreds of colours in the cupboard, and like, they're very similar. Look, 2 different brands of orange, and there's another orange. And there's a bright yellow, as with these bright yellows. Can you see these colours well enough, Simon?
Yep.
Am I in the camera? Well.
You're on the overhead now, yeah.
Was I not on the overhead?
No. I'm struggling here.
Right, okay then.
Go on, carry on.
Pleasures of having a new cameraman, and I have to deal with it. Okay, so Simon, would you just like to tell me which camera I'm on? Let's not focus on comments now.
Okay.
You do focus on filming.
We're on filming.
Because
You're on the front
if you're a
camera.
man and you can't do 2 things at once, should we just concentrate on the filming?
Of course I can't do 2 things at once.
Right, okay, well, should we just forget the comments then?
Right, okay.
And if you see a sneaky one, why don't you bring your phone up on the top there, on there, where it's a bit higher for you, and then you can see it. Why don't you just stick it on there for you? On here. On here.
Don't worry, Carol. Don't
right,
worry.
well, I am worried because I've just been talking to everybody and I thought they were on the overhead. And yet again, you're still looking down, so there you go. And I actually just would like some guidance from you, Simon, because unless you tell me which camera I'm on, I don't know
You're
who
on the
I'm
front
talking
camera,
to.
Carol.
So, and remember that you're on 30 seconds behind their camera, Simon. So if you're looking at that camera, I'm not. So which camera am I on now, please?
You're on this one here.
Okay, right, just a moment, please, everyone. Just 1 second. Right, just let me get the stencils. Right, okay then, so I'm on this camera. So what I'd like to do is talk to you, let's catch up where we were yesterday. So as I was just talking to you and I thought Simon was on the overhead, he wasn't. So what I'd like him to do now is just pop over to the overhead, Simon.
Yeah, you're on the overhead.
Right, brilliant. So all these are different brands here and I think you can see the similarities. And like the same with the orange, you'll be able to see. The same with the dark greens there, 4 different brands. Same with the yellows. Don't know whether you can see them very well. What's the colours looking like, Simon?
Yep, good.
Same with that
Very
orange.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll find that colours, if we go back to the front,
Yeah.
what I'm trying to point out is that I do several brands of colours, okay? So I do Rainbow Dust, I do Colour Splash, I do Natalie Porter's, I do Ed Able Art, I do Sweet Stick colours. So when you're buying colours, you don't need to buy every single brand in every colour. You'll find that a lot of the colours are actually very much the same. So even though they have a different name, when you actually get them in the cupboard and you have a sort out, you think, oh, they actually look the same. Or there's only just a very slight variation. And that's what I was just trying to say to you. So if you wonder why we don't sell some brands, it's just that I've got enough. I've got actually every colour there is out there, but it may be under a different brand name. So just have a look, and if you want to compare, but you know, and they might, the tone in it is just tiny if there is any difference in the tone. Yeah. Now some brands are completely different in the fact that they concentrate on shiny stuff and pearls. And I spoke to you yesterday that you need to watch out when you've got dust, which are edible food dust and which are non-edible, which is food contact only. So do make sure when you're looking at dust that you look at the labelling and make sure you check whether it's food contact only. I do a range. Like some of the Sugar Flare is food contact only, some of the Edible Art is food contact only, some of the Natalie Porter's is. I don't do any of the Rainbow Dust food contact only. I only do the edible of Rainbow Dust, I only do the edible of Colour Splash, and I only do the edible of Fractal. Okay, so the other ones I don't touch their food contact ones. The reason I don't touch them is we do stock the Edible Art range, which is fantastic, and those colours are very similar to the other brands that I've just mentioned. And those colours, if you want to know why they're food contact, is you'll use them on your sugar paste flowers. So when you're making your wired flowers, you wouldn't eat a wired flower anyhow, and it's for those, and it means food contact that you could put that arrangement of flowers on top of your cake. Yeah, so it's safe on top of your cake. And let me just tell you, if you did accidentally eat it, as somebody did eat it, don't worry, you don't have to run them off to the hospital. We just don't want them lugging it down.
Unless they've eaten the wire, Carol.
Well, they shouldn't be eating the wire, but we just don't want them chomping the whole tub down the throat, do we? But if they do accidentally eat a little bit, it won't matter. And if there's a little bit on the top of the cake, it won't matter at all. It's food contact. Yeah, right, so then there's matte colours, and I think I started to show you yesterday, so let me get my stand out. So I started to show you yesterday about matte colours, and matte colours is to give a really strong colour on your flower. Are we on the overhead here, Simon?
Yeah, we are now. Just push it a little bit forward.
To you?
To me, yeah. To
yeah.
me. To me.
Right, a bit more to you?
Yeah. Perfect.
There we go.
Yeah.
So the food contact colours there, these are for giving really good colour, really good definition. Now I've already painted this one, so let's get another project out and let's get another colour out as well. So I'm going to get another flower, just have one of those, and we'll get the Chili Red from Rainbow Dust. So anyhow, hello everyone, good morning. We've got a couple of prizes to do today as well, okay? So when you put your colour on here, so we'll do a few prizes in a minute. We've got 2 stencils to do the draw for. So we've got last Monday's live and last Tuesday's live. So when you pop your dust onto your tissue paper, you can either put it straight into the cap, so straight into the cap and then dust, or straight onto the tissue paper and take out. But just brush it off your dust lightly, and then just take the strongest bit that you want to where you want it the most colour, and then the rest, I'll just pop it on here. So then if you only want a lighter tone, you can just lighten it around if you want to. If you want to make it all that dark colour, which we're going to in here, you just keep coming back up. And you come back there. Now you'll see that that colour is a matte colour, and that's what dusts are. And we'll talk about pearls afterwards. Yeah, so that's what the dust is. So that just gives you a matte colour. Now what you should do here now is set it. So we'll just take a little bit more dust out. There we go, so that's lovely, isn't it? Now can you see that it's a matte colour? Simon will have to
Yes, I
respond.
can see it's a matte colour, yes.
Because I've only you to rely on, Simon. They can't jump off the screen. So I've actually asked Simon not to answer comments for the moment, only because I wanted to concentrate on which camera we're on, and then when we're moving camera, then he can have a look. So I'm not sure which one we're on. Are we still on the overhead?
We're on the front one now, Carol.
And we're back on the front one. Brilliant. Okay, so colour. So if it's a matte colour, that's what you're going to use as your base colour. And then it's like, what are you going to make it shine with? So there's some various things that you can make it shine with. There's a glaze. You can actually steam it. So that means that you can pop your kettle on. Okay, and when the steam's coming, just hover it over the steam. So if you just hover it over the steam, now obviously this was on my fingers, but if it's a wired flower, you could just hover it over the steam, or you can buy one of those posh steamers. Now I don't sell the posh steamers. The steamers are like, and you can even use it if you've got an iron steamer, you know, your iron, and just steam over that, just to help set it. Okay, that will do that. Or you can glaze it, and I started to show you yesterday to glaze. So let's talk about glazing. We've got a pearlescent glaze. We also have just the clear confectioner's glaze, and you can also buy a spray. Now there's a couple of sprays. I think I've got one in here. Shine. Yep. So there's Shell and Shine, and there's also PME glaze spray. My advice to you, if you're going to use this, do not use it inside, use it outside. I used this on a cake last year up that end of the kitchen, sprayed it, and the residue that's gone round the side of the cake, you know, schoolgirl error, didn't put any coating of kitchen roll or newspaper around, and basically it's now matted my top. And there was a lady on here yesterday who mentioned she had a new kitchen and a brand new sink, and she sprayed it over her sink. So I saw a couple of comments afterwards and thought, but her husband wasn't happy, and I bet he wasn't happy either. But because this is on this bit of tissue here, I'm just going to spray it. So, okay, so I'm just going to spray. And then you can see the shine there, and that will set. You only need a little bit, and don't do it too close either. I didn't want to take it too far because I don't want it spraying everywhere. But ideally, if you're going to spray your cake and set it, just take it outside, hold it. It's very hard to hold with one hand, so get your husband to hold it. Give him a spray.
Spray your husband.
Yeah, that'll shut him up. But you can also use this product, which I showed you as well yesterday. This one's got like a pearl effect in it. Okay, these are both by Sugar Flare, and you can actually brush these on. Now, use an old brush for these. Use an old brush. Don't use one of your best brushes for these. Just put a little bit into your paint palette. What did I do with my paint palette? Let's get another one out. Just pop a little bit into your paint palette, and you can dilute it with dipping solution and rejuvenator as well, just to make it a little bit thinner, and then just paint it. There we go, dropped it. Just paint it, but use an old brush. Now yesterday, the brush that I actually used, I then actually cleaned in rejuvenator spirit, or the dipping solution. I just put some more in, and I just kept cleaning it, and then dabbing it on the kitchen roll, cleaning it, dabbing it on the kitchen roll. But it'll never be good for paint again, for dust again. It'll only actually be good for this glaze stuff. Yeah, all right then. So what else can you do with dust? So we're just going to talk about dust at the moment. So what else can you do with them? Well, you can actually paint with them as well. So let's just get this off. So if we have a dust, which dust shall we use here? So if we have a dust, you can actually paint with them as well. And there's a couple of ways of painting with them. Now I've not checked with this whether you can paint with it with water. So what we'll do here is we're just going to use a little bit of rejuvenator, or you can use a little bit of dipping solution. You can use lemon extract, you can use gin, or you can use vodka. Now, the difference is if you use these, it dries faster, much faster than it does with gin or vodka. Vodka and gin takes longer to dry and can be a little bit tacky, so people do recommend that you use these two products. These are the bigger bottles, and you can actually buy them in little bottles. And the name is Rejuvenator Dipping Solution. They're both the same product. Yeah? Okay. And lemon extract is perfect if you're you don't have alcohol in your diet. Now, I don't know whether you can use lemon juice. And I will tell you, when I first started, I didn't read it was extract. I just thought it was lemon juice. So I got my lemon, squeezy lemon, and I used that. Now, to be fair, it did work. I didn't have any problems with it, so I would say give it a try. But if you don't want alcohol, but if you extract is the best one. Yeah. Right, okay, so what we'll do now is I'm just going to use this as my top little demo tray. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there. I'm going to pop a little bit of rejuvenator in. So this dummy, I'm going to throw it away, so there's no problems for me decorating on top of this cake. So we're going to do lots of things on this cake. So you put a little bit of rejuvenator in, or dipping solution, or whatever it is that you're actually putting in, and then you can paint with it. And it's as simple as that. There you go. And you can paint your flowers with it. So not only can you dust with it, you can paint with it as well. So there we go, and then you just build up your colours. And then as you put your first colour on, you'll find that it's a lighter shade. But then as you build up your colours as it dries, and then you can take out any streakiness. So what I am going to do now is I'm going to use the same product, just with a little bit of tissue, just to show you when you dust with it. So we've got a little bit of dust there, so we tap it on here and then we dust with it. And you'll see that because this is a flat surface, how the dust doesn't stick to it, which is why you then steam it afterwards. And then you have to build up your colour. And this is why in certain areas then you can actually, if you've got like little deep sections like the centre of your rose and stuff like that, or the edges, you can just build up the depth of the colour. So you have to go a little bit deeper. So it's exactly the same colour, this is, but this is now if you brush with it. So you can paint and you can brush, but can you see the matte colours? So I'm not sure, can you see how matte it is, Simon?
And it's a bit difficult to tell.
How matte
Just pull it back towards you a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, no worries. So then what we'll do is, there's our little tub, and we'll get some glaze in it. What did I do with that glaze? There it is. So let's get some glaze in, because it's very matte at the moment. And you know, some of your projects, you want it matte, but some of it you actually want it to shine afterwards. So there you go. So you can do this, and we'll put a little bit of rejuvenator in, or dipping solution, just to dilute it a little bit. Let me go and see if I can find my brush that I had yesterday. 1 second before I ruin another brush. I don't know what I did with it actually. Right, okay. Let's ruin another brush. So can you not see how matte that is, Simon? So if we just...
Yeah, now you put the glaze on, it's very easy to see where it was matte.
Yeah. can see it shine up now, can't you? Yeah? Can you see the glaze on there? So we'll just let that dry a minute. You only need the one coat. It should dry very quickly. Right, so let me just clean that brush over here a moment. And then let's talk about lusters. So you've got matte colours, so those are your deep colours, and then you've got luster colours. Now when you get luster colours, they are your shiny colours. Now they're not your bling 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 stuff, they're your shiny colours. So let's have a look at the shiny colours here. So let me just see, so let's just use, let me talk about another subject, but first, before we go on about this as well. So some of you buy the Colour Splash range. Now I can't actually tell you what's actually in these because they've been used. And then let's talk about some of these little pots here. So when you buy them in these small pots here, okay, these pots are filled to the top. And whatever is in here is the volume weight, okay? So whatever is in here, all powders have a density, and some are very heavy and they'll lie very flat, and some are very light. So it's like when I do the cocoa powder, the bags that I use for the cocoa powder are exactly the same size as this. But for the icing sugar, because the icing sugar is dense, I can fit 500 grams of icing sugar in this bag. When it comes to the cocoa powder is very light and very fluffy. So when I put that in the bag, I can actually only fit in 250 grams. Well, this is basically how the dust works. Some are very dense and heavy, and some are very light and aerated. So when you get these tubs, they're not based on the actual weight, what's in there, okay? So what it will tell you, that's the volumetric size of the container, and it's filled with that amount in, so it means it's filled to the top. Whereas when you buy this product, let me just see, let me get a few more. You can see it quite clear there. Can you see the levels there?
Yep.
Now these haven't been used, these three. So what will happen is with these, you get the exact weight in. So when you buy the Colour Splash range, sometimes some of you will ring and email and say that each of the tubs are not filled to the top. Well, they're not filled to the top because it's based on weight. So for the Colour Splash range, you get 5 grams in every tub. Okay, 5 grams in every tub, and you should probably get a little bit more, so you might just get over the 5 grams. And the same with this, you get 25 in here. I think it's 25, is it? Yeah, 25 grams in here in every tub. But you'll see this space, and that's because of the density, whereas these are volume. So let me just grab another one. So the Fake Cahill's the same. So these are volume as well. So when you buy those, they're filled to the top. So just so that you understand about weight, so there could be 2 grams in this one and 4 grams in this one, but you're still getting 2 full tubs. So you lot think, oh, I've got a full tub. And as long as you're happy with that, that's great. No one's fiddling you or anything like that. They are full tubs. But here, they've decided to use these types of tubs, so they put in the weight. And hopefully you all understand that. And if you see anything on Facebook when people are asking the question, if you could just confirm that to them, that they've actually got the weight that they paid for. Yeah? So I don't know whether Simon can read his comments in a few minutes, because I'm sure there's going to be some feedback about them.
I haven't seen anything on that yet.
No, you won't, because you're 30 seconds behind still,
yes.
Simon. You have to wait. So then what we'll do is we'll do some lusters. So we'll talk about lusters. So the lusters are about making things nice and shiny, so you don't have to add any glaze to it or anything. So what we'll do is we'll luster the side of this cake. So let's just get this on a turntable. Have we got a turntable there, Simon? Can you see my black turntable? It's all right.
This one?
Got it.
Oh, that's not a turntable.
Yeah. So I'll get it on this one. So let's get this big cake on here. So let's do a little bit of lustering first of all. So we're going to do this on the side there. So let me just move that out of the way for a moment. Okay. So when you're making a luster now, what you do is you choose your chosen colour, and we'll do 2 lusters, okay? So let's use one of the Fake Cahill colours. So we'll use the Royal Gold. So anyhow, hello to everybody. I'm assuming that we're connected to YouTube.
Yeah.
So our lives yesterday didn't stay on YouTube because we didn't have the storage. It actually filmed direct to YouTube, and then afterwards, I don't actually think it stayed on the tube, on the channel.
It might have been because we didn't end them properly.
Yeah, I think with it disconnecting, I think that's what's happened, isn't it? Because we didn't have the storage. So I've just put the royal gold in there, and I'm just going to use the rejuvenator spirit. Like I say, it doesn't really matter which one that you want. So can you see in the overhead here, Simon?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great. And then we're going to use a brush. And we'll use this one actually. So we use that one. And you need plenty of rejuvenator in. Always put your lid back on. So when you're using your luster dust, this is what you can do. In fact, this brush is absorbing it all up, and I'm going to have to get my other brush out. Just 1 second. Schoolgirl error. Let me just see. I need a flat brush. Just 1 second. There we go. Ideally, you need one of these. This is what you need. So, a flat brush. And we do sell these on the website. So, just keep. So let me just keep doing on here. And then what we'll do is, so you'll see, we're just going to brush on here. You just keep building it up, and keep building your layers up. So what we'll do is, we'll do the whole half of this cake. So you'll get streaks on it at first. And look at this, if you go over this, look. So if you got this rustic effect, look, if you just want to do a little bit of pattern, add a little bit of gold, or just to your edges. So if you've got black paste or anything like that, or a brown paste, and you just want to add little tinges of gold to it, look. I'll show you again. So you could just put little bits in, just wherever you wanted to. It's quite nice on the edges. So there, so it looks very streaky, okay? So you just got to wait for it to dry a minute, so don't panic. We'll just give that a minute to dry. Can you see that colour very well, Simon?
Yeah, if you move it kind of like at an angle to the camera, then you can see the gold.
The shine.
Better, yeah.
So we've just got to give it a minute to dry, because you should do between layers. In fact, while that's drying, what I'll actually do is, let's use another brand. So let's give that one a minute to dry. So what we'll do is, we'll use, so I think we'll use the suntan colour. Now this is the new Sugar Flare Finishing Sparkles. So you can buy these in pumps and you can buy them in tubs. But this particular colour I only sell in a tub. So I'm just going to pop this up here for a minute. So I'll just pop that in there. You can see. And then it's the same. So that's just drying. So while that's drying there, I'll just make this coat on.
You're trying to make it difficult for me to follow you.
Yes, yeah. Sorry. So there we go. So you can see that I've just added it there. So there we go. And then we're on this side now, Simon. Yeah? You see?
Yeah.
Now this is suntan. This is lovely. It's like a bronze colour. And I don't think people realise just how lovely this colour is. You know, they just...
So what was the first colour, Carol?
The first one was, if I remember, Royal Gold, I think it was. Yep, Royal Gold from Faye Cahill.
Yeah.
And then this one is Suntan, and this is from the Sugar Flare range. So, you know, I don't actually think this is the best name for it.
The David Dickinson suntan, that
yeah, exactly. I don't actually think this is the best name for it, actually.
Not
it's
really,
a lovely bronze
it's a
colour,
lovely
isn't
bronze
it?
colour, yeah.
Yeah. So what you're going to do is, so you keep adding your rejuvenator, or your dipping solution, or your alcohol, whichever you want. The alcohol will take longer to dry though. And it's really blingy. So you may not see how bling it is, but it is really nice. And then don't worry about streaks, because as I said before, I've got to go over it again. In fact, this is really nice.
It's drying quite quickly, that, so you're
Yeah.
taking it off where it's part about the...
Don't worry, Simon.
I'm not worried. I'm just, you know, offering advice to the viewers.
Wow, I actually really like that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. So let's just go back over here. So if you remember,
What you
I've
add
still got
into
quite
that,
a
Cal?
bit.
Is that a bit more rejuvenator?
Well, yeah, because
Or
I actually got
dripping
quite a bit
solution?
on my brush still, actually. So, so I'm just going to go back over here again. Because I used the wrong brush, there's actually quite a lot on this brush. So rather than put more in, so can you see? I'm just taking a bit from the colour. Can you see what we've done there? So it's all my powder is actually in the brush. So can you see how lovely and shiny it is?
Yeah.
And then what I'll do is, so a bit of this bronze, let's just dab in a couple of bits here.
Oh, I'm not seeing that, sorry.
You've not seen that? Are we over
You're
here?
off the bottom of the camera there, hang on.
Sorry? How am I off the bottom of the camera?
How?
Yeah.
Because it's pointing higher up.
Ah, right, okay. Have you not got the whole thing on now?
You've got
No
the whole
worries.
thing on now, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. So you could just tap in little bits, couldn't you, there? There you go. Oh, I really like that. Isn't that lovely? Can you see the colour very well, Simon?
Yep,
Yeah?
perfect.
I
Yeah,
think that's pretty
just
cool,
move it
isn't
around
it?
a little bit like that to show how it reflects the light. More towards the front. More towards the front, yeah. Nice, yeah. On the gold one.
Yeah. So once you've got it on, then you've not actually finished your job yet, okay? So you can build up more layers. So if you think we've only put, so I've only put one layer on here. So I'm just going to put in some more rejuvenator on here, or dipping solution, whichever you prefer. Always use what's in your dish. So I don't know whether you can see, you know, there's not a lot in my dish there now, but you know, use it because your brush is actually loaded up with a load as well. So let's just give this another coat, because it's our time, and then just build up. So this one is called Suntan, and I have to say, this is beautiful. I actually haven't seen it until now. And this is like, it's like a copper.
Yes,
Not a
it's
bronze,
just
it's a
pure copper, that,
It does
isn't
look
it?
like
Just
copper, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So put a little bit more on my brush.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with their naming.
Pardon?
I don't know what they're doing with
Well,
their
you know
naming
what it is.
ideas.
Well, what it is, different companies, they all want to have different names, and that was my point, really. So each company wants to have its name, because otherwise, if you go to every company, they've all got the same name for every colour. And you ladies will get this now. It's like nail varnish. You don't get pink red nail varnish now, or red nail varnish, or grey, or blue. What you get is pumpkin tunic, or something like that, don't you? Or Penelope Delicious or something. You get some really bizarre name, and it's because every nail company wants to call their nail varnish a different name. So so that's basically what they're doing. Can you see how lovely that is there,
Yeah.
Simon? That looks stunning, doesn't it? I like that. Do they like it?
They do like it, yes.
I
Yeah.
reckon
Yeah.
you'll be buying a lot of this one. So okay, so once it's dried now, then you need a little dusting brush. So you've still got some lines in here, so now you need your dry brush. Now you can use one like this, we've got a fancy unicorn one, or what else have we got here? We've got loads of brushes. Where's my brushes? So anybody who's just joining us, okay, anybody who's just joining us, I'm Carol from Sugar and Crumbs, and I'm just playing with colour today. Now this is the one that Amy Archibald loves, she loves this one. So what you do then is, this is your dry brush, and you're just going to buff it all in. Just give it a little buff. So I've only got 2 coats of colour on there. You could go for a 3rd coat, 4th coat if you wanted to, but then afterwards with your dry brush, just give it a little buff all the way over, just to help bring up the colour a little bit. Can you see how shiny that is, Simon?
Yeah, that looks good.
And what do they think of this suntan one?
Yeah. And Jordan's loving the suntan.
Yeah. I think it's the only suntan we're going to get this year, isn't it? Has any of you had an email off EasyJet yet? I got an email from them yesterday. It said, are you looking forward to your holidays in 2021? And I thought, we haven't even had 2020 yet, but I presume
Well,
they've
nobody's
got
getting holidays in 2020, are they?
I thought, yeah, you know, is it really the right time to start talking about holidays at the moment?
They've not got much else to do, have they?
I know. There you go. Let's give that a nice buff there. So did you
Sorry
want
to anybody who works for EasyJet,
Yeah.
who are now currently not working. But
So what we'll do is we'll just carry on with a few more colours just so that you can see what the colours look like. So I've just done those in full colour there, and then we'll just do a couple of other colours just so that you can see. So I brought out, what other colour did I get? So let me move that out of the way. And then when you're cleaning your brushes afterwards, get yourself, so when you're cleaning your brush afterwards, get yourself some dipping solution or rejuvenator onto the top, Simon.
yeah, seeing that perfectly. Now that I've moved the camera.
Yeah. So when you're cleaning your brushes afterwards, just get some clean and just keep taking it round. Do not put your brushes in water. Okay, don't leave them in hot soapy water or anything like that. Clean them like this. Clean them onto your tissue. Take off the excess. Go back in again. It's a bit like when you're cleaning your paintbrushes. You keep cleaning it in terps, doesn't it?
So is this a fully edible one? This?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
So if you cleaned it in vodka, you could drink it. Yeah.
Well, no. Well, I suppose you could actually, couldn't you? Because you can put the dust in your drinks, you know. You do know
Yes,
that.
I've seen them. I've
Yeah.
seen them in the supermarket with.
Yeah, I was
with
going to
glitter
say,
in
I wasn't
and
sure whether, you know, when you see glitter in your drinks, all it is you know you know this, you can squirt some of that into your drink and give it a stir.
Yeah.
I don't drink any alcohol, so I don't really know, but that's all it is, yeah. So I suppose, yeah, you could.
Yeah, so if you
yeah.
if you could jazz up your drinks
You
and
could.
clean your brushes at the same time.
You could. So then the next thing is, there's nothing left in this dish, by the way. So I'm on this overhead, this camera here, Simon. Are we back here?
We're on the front at the moment. Where would you like to be? On the overhead?
Here, that's right.
Oh, sorry, you want
So,
to be there?
Yeah. So you'll see there's nothing left in this dish, but if there is anything left in this dish, okay, what you can do is just leave it all to evaporate, leave it to go dry, and then when it's dry, get yourself a dry brush, just scoop it together and put it back in your pot, and I'll show you exactly what I mean in a second. So let's use this one here. So let's use this. This is the Colour Splash copper. So let's just use this. So we'll put some in, we'll just, rather than use the big lish, so we can go to the overhead here now, Simon.
Right. Got me running around here
I
today.
have got you running around, yes. So let's just pop some of this in. So pop some into your lid. We're still stay on the overhead, Simon.
We're still on the overhead at the moment, yeah.
So give it a little stir. I should have got myself a set of steps for here. So give it a little stir.
You could work lower down if you want.
I know, could take the cake off the stand, couldn't
Yeah.
it really? So give it a little stir. Okay, and then what you can do is, look at this lovely copper colour now. So this is the Colour Splash
fantastic, yeah.
copper.
Yeah.
And this is lovely as well. So look how lovely that is. I'll just give it a stretch over there. So you can see it's streaky, can't you? See what I mean where it's streaky? Can you see the
It
streaks?
doesn't actually look streaky on
Does
this.
it not?
No.
Well, it is.
Yeah, I can see that from here. But
Yeah. So if
Let's
we
see if I
left
can-
that in the lid now, so that's the copper, I'm gonna leave it in the lid so I can show you later. So just leave it to dry, okay? And then I'll show you what to do with it later. So let's just get a little flour. So we'll get one of our roses.
You're still on the overhead at the moment.
Yeah, still on the overhead. Can you see that there,
Yeah.
Simon?
Yeah.
So you could actually just catch the edges of your
Just
rose.
move it more this way a little bit.
This way?
Yeah.
So I actually can't see what I'm doing, so I could be making a right royal mess because I haven't moved this cake, and I don't want to move this cake because I'm going to do some more stuff on it.
Right.
You see what I mean there? So you could paint the detail in. Yeah. So yeah, made a little bit of a mess, but it just shows you that you can do all your edges up. So sorry, as much as I'm tall, I'm not taller than this cake, but I think you get the idea, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Right, so let's pop that over there. So let's clean my brush in my little tub of water, that in my tub of, there it is over there. Oh dear me. Tell you, we're going to have a real mucky kitchen, aren't we? So I'll just clean my brush.
You're on the front camera at the moment.
Yeah. So I'm just cleaning my brush on there. There we go. I've got a nice clean brush again. Right. So don't put these in the dishwasher or anything like that. Don't leave them in a bowl of water. Clean them and then dry them.
You could use rejuvenator to clean it, or
Yeah,
dipping
or
solution,
vodka,
or
dipping
lemon
solution,
juice,
yeah,
or
whatever.
vodka.
Clean them, and then get your kitchen roll. I'm using a dishcloth here, which is naughty, and then just wipe them dry, okay? And then afterwards, if you want to, just pass me that bowl there, Simon.
This one.
Yeah. You'll see that I've got a whole over to the overhead, Simon.
Yep, you're on the overhead.
Yeah. So this is cornflower powder. So just pop your brush in there.
While it's still wet.
No, well, it's sort of damp now
Yeah.
because I've taken it off. So then take it into there. Get your kitchen roll. So we're still on the overhead, aren't we?
Okay.
And then what you can do then, you can just brush it off clear, make it dry. And then this will look after your brushes for you, okay? Because a lot of you actually, are we on the front there, Simon, now?
We are now.
So a lot of you actually leave these in a bowl of water. I get it in all the classes. They're all at the end of the kitchen. They're all in the water. They all get washed. And what happens is you ruin your brushes, and which then loosens the bristles from the glue. And then before you know it, you're losing bristles here, there and everywhere. And then you ring me up and tell me that your brushes are falling apart, when really it's you. So if you look after your brushes properly, look, that's lovely and clean now, to use for something else.
So
really very simple.
The copy you used was Colour Splash, was it?
That was Colour Splash, yes. Right. Okay, so we'll come back to that copper there afterwards. So let's have a look at another colour, shall we? So I'm going to do half the cake, this one, just to give you an idea of other colours. And here as well, so we can brush this colour in. So let's give this little brush in. In fact, I could probably do with another coat actually. But just brush it in, give it a shine. Yeah, there we go. Right, so let's do two more colours on here. Which colour? Should we do this really bright yellow? Should we do this nice yellow one for Easter? Because it'd be great for Easter cakes, wouldn't it? So let's have a go with this. So I'm just going to have a drink of my coffee because I made a cup of coffee before we went live. And I can see it's going cold. So I hope you're all sat there nice and comfy. And while I have a little drink of my coffee, maybe Simon could read some comments, Simon. So how's it going? And how's our audience?
I was drinking my coffee.
Was you drinking your
coffee,
coffee, Simon?
break.
You had a coffee break before we started. So how's our audience building, Simon, and how are they enjoying it?
Yep, well, we've got 154 on Facebook and 72 on YouTube, so
Wow,
we're doing
fantastic.
okay.
So Simon, can I just pop you to the overhead?
Yep.
Can you see that shiny yellow? Does it glitter?
I can't see it glittering. Move it forward a little bit. Oh yes, just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well this is called Yoshi Yellow. So let's have a go at making this one. Let's get this one out of the way. Let me clean my brush a moment.
Geraldine's on a vodka break.
This early in the morning.
Or is she suggesting we should be on a vodka break?
Well, I don't drink, Geraldine, so Simon might go for it. I'm not sure.
Not
Do
at
you
this
drink,
time.
Simon?
Not in the morning.
No.
Or the afternoon. Just only in the
Are
evening.
you a nighttime drinker?
Yes.
I give my John his due. He doesn't drink during the day at all. He likes a glass of wine in the evening when he's finished work. So you'll see that I've just cleaned this big brush here. So let's get another tub. Tub. So we sell a full selection of brushes on the website. So we're just going to do this yellow now. Where should we go for the yellow? Should we go up here, Simon?
If you'd like to go there, you can.
So let's go up here. So let's put this yellow in. So I'll put some yellow in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice big tub. You've got loads of it in there. Right, let's close that. And then let's put some dipping solution. My kitchen is going to be a mess. So anyhow, talking of lives, Danielle's live last night was fantastic, wasn't it? Well done, Danielle. Great live. I have to stay at home, so I'm working from home. This is the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen here at my home address, but I've got loads of jobs to do in the warehouse, and I'm not allowed down there when anybody's down there. So last night I went down when everybody finished work, because they all finished work at 3 o'clock. So as they walked out at 3 o'clock, disinfectant, I walked in, disinfectant, and I'm actually reorganising the warehouse by myself. John thinks I'm completely bonkers for doing it, but I just feel that it just really needs a reorganise. And any of you who've been to my warehouse knows that I like to keep it really nice and tidy, but there's just so many things. We've had so many brands come in, and we've taken lines out and stuff like that, that I just feel it's really higgledy-piggledy. And no disrespect to men, but it's mainly males that pick in our warehouse. They're not the tidiest, and they don't think about putting things back. What are you muttering there, Simon?
Not all men are messy.
No, but do you know what?
but not all men.
Yeah, well, my experience is most of them are. So you'll find that the lads are that busy pulling out the bins, out the pick bins, and then they don't put things back. And when you're putting stuff away, they put it in the wrong bin, and it just drives me insane. So every now and again when I'm down there, I get a team of us and we all go down there and sort it out. But because I have to work by myself at the moment, Simon is my only companion apart from John, so I have to sneak in there at night time. So it was great that Danielle did the live for me last night, and we're a bank holiday Monday next Monday, so she's going to do next Tuesday. We've no live tonight, but we do have a flashback live, don't we?
At 2 o'clock?
At 2 o'clock, yes. So if any of you are watching the flashback lives, do remember if there's any competitions or freebies or stuff like that, they don't apply because they were 2017. So so while I've been talking to you, that's clogged up a little bit. So let me just add in some more rejuvenator or dipping solution, whichever I've got in my hand. Give it a stir, and let's do half of this yellow. So we'll do half of this yellow here. Ooh, I like that.
So this is a glittery yellow, is it? Or a luster yellow, or
well, it's the same. It's from the Finishing Sparkle range. Ooh, I like that. That's a really nice yellow. Can you see it well on there, Simon?
Yeah.
So we'll do a couple of these colours actually. Oh, I'm on a roll. So while we'll just leave that to dry. Then we're going to get some other colours. Ooh, I like these. What else have we got here? Regal Gold. Let's do Regal Gold. I didn't do Regal Gold before, did I? No. So let's just pop this one in. So this is from the Colour Splash range as well. Not Colour Splash range, from the Sugar Flare range as well. Yeah. So what did I just do with the lid? There it is. Oh. So are they enjoying the live? Is it beneficial so far? So Rejuvenator. So this is the Regal Gold. And what I'll do with the Regal Gold is I'll pop that up here. So I'm over the overhead now, Simon.
Yes, you are on the overhead at the moment.
Yeah. And what we'll do is we'll try and get round to paints and airbrushing as well. So these are just dust. So these are just luster dust, okay? So you can see on here. So we have to build this one up a little bit more. Let's go over the copper. So this is the Regal Gold. So what you should do is put a layer on and let it dry. So what we'll do is we'll put a layer on. And then we'll come back to it in a minute. because this is only one coat. And you put 2 to 3 or even 4 coats on, it's really up to you. Okay, so let me go and get another colour. What shall we do here? Ooh, baby blue. Let's do baby blue. Let's see what this looks like. We won't do them all because we haven't got time to do them all, but we'll do a few. So after thank Ava for her cake, won't we? So what else was we going to say? So I've got some more balls here somewhere.
Does she know you're doing this?
What, to her cake?
Yeah.
Oops, oops, oops. Yeah. So let me pop some stuff in here 1 minute. So let me put it on
Let's
here.
give it a back and say we've improved your cake for you.
So, ooh, they're so shiny, these. Can you see that under there, Simon?
You're right. Yep. Okay, you're on the overhead now.
Don't know whether you can see how shiny it is. But these are the
just a little bit of
finishing
glitter,
sparkles. It's just such a shame you can't see how sparkly they are, isn't it? So let me just put this in so we're back on the front of the camera. Are you yawning, Simon?
No. Just
So this one,
trying to keep on top of everything.
Oh, look at that! I've gone and spilt it
Oh,
over the gold.
Carol.
Oh no!
How are you gonna solve
I'm not
that?
going to solve it.
Oh, we want
Oh,
to see what
no.
you do with what do you do when you do when
Oh
something like that
gosh, this
happens.
blue is amazing.
Can you mop that off with a little tissue if you
Well, we'll
did
have
that
to,
kind
yeah.
of thing in a
I'm just going to try something in a minute.
little
think
bit of
might work.
rejuvenator on the tissue and see
Yeah.
if it'll come off.
Wow, this blue is stunning. This is baby blue, guys. And this is, wow, this is a real blinger. In fact, they're all real blingers, believe me. So I'm not using the right brush here, if I'm honest, because I've run out of flat brushes. Wow. Bet you can't see how glittery that is, can you? Simon. Right, let's add one
Trying
coat.
to see, it's not showing up as particularly glittery.
Let's add one coat. Let's see if we can do a repair. Let's see if the wipeouts will solve the problem. These are great for your sweet stamps, by the way, these colours. Be proper blingy. So, what we're going to do is... Oh, well, it's taken it off, so we'll have to repaint that one. I was coming back to repaint it anyhow, weren't we?
So it's taken a little bit of gold off as well, hasn't it?
Yeah. So what we'll do is...
What were those wipes you used?
They were wet wipes. That was
Cake wipes.
wet wipes.
Yeah.
They're called wipeouts actually. Wet wipes are what you use for the baby's nappies,
Yes,
aren't
that's
they?
what I was thinking. Yes.
I've got too many
It
young
might not taste very
grandchildren.
nice if you use them.
So let's do this again. So we'll coat over it again. Never panic.
So the baby blue and the sparkly yellow were
Sugar flare.
sugar flower, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a whole range of them.
Yeah.
Crikey, I'm giddy ant about these. These are really, really blingy. So I think we've done a good job covering that up so far. So this one is the, what one's this? This is Regal Gold by the Sugar Flare. So I can't brush any more on now because it's too wet. I need to let it dry.
So this is 60-minute cake over we're doing today, isn't it, Carol? If you've
Shut up.
got a boring white cake, this is what to do with it.
Oh, where's that little top of copper that we had before? What do we do with that? There it is. There's the lid. So we'll just you can see that this is drying now. I'm just going to put a little top in. I'm going to put a little top in there, and that was what I was painting with it before. So it's dried there, so we're just going to top it up, re-wet it again, and then we're just going to repaint over, just give it another, let's put a little bit more in. Let's give it another coat in the lid. And I have got a bit of Regal Gold there, but you know what, it's blended in. Look at that, I've just painted it in. There we go. So, matte colours, And then these are the pearl colours. So this one's the Colour Splash Copper. This one is the Regal Gold from Sugar Flare, and this is the Baby Blue. And they are blinging. I don't know how well you can see how well they're blinging, but they are blinging. So we'll give it another coat. So now you know what luster dust is. And this is how you use them. And if we've got time, we'll come back to them, or I might do them another day. But we need to move on because we need to get on to gel colours and things. And pens. Right, okay, so let me just get this out of the way a moment. Any feedback, Simon? Any comments? Let me get these out of the way. Simon,
what would you use to get a rose gold dip?
A rose gold dip?
Drip, sorry, drip.
Oh, a drip. Okay. Well, if you're going to do a drip, I would use any of the chocolate drips that we've got. Okay, not the PME, because the PME drips are actually chocolate, and they don't actually set rock hard. They stop. So I would use our SPD drips or the actual chocolate drip. They are just icing sugar, if I'm really honest. So drip them, and it doesn't really matter which colour you use really. So drip them around your cake, let them set rock hard, and then I would use, if you want the rose gold, let me find the rose gold here because we've got a rose gold. You just paint on like you would this. Let me just see. I've got a rose gold. So 1 second. We actually sell the rose gold paint by Sugar Flare, so you could paint it with that, yeah. Or you can actually make a luster dust with one of the Faye Cahill rose golds or the Colour Splash rose gold. So you can either use the paint. So sorry for giving it a shake, because when you have paints, you need to give them a really good shake. So let's just take the lid off there. Ooh. Can't take the lid off, crikey, I've got no strength in me. Right, I can't get the lid off, I'll have to give it to Simon to get the lid off. But basically we do a rose gold paint by Sugar Flare, so you could use that to paint direct onto your drips once they're set and hardened. Don't do it before. Or you could use the Faye Cahill rose gold luster, which you just make into a dip like I showed you before, and then you paint. And what I would say is put your cake on a turntable and just take your time and paint each drip. Or you could use the Colour Splash rose gold dust as well, because that's excellent. Yeah, I don't know which other colours I've got in rose gold. In fact, I think this Sugar Flare's got a rose gold. Let me just have a look. 1 second.
Definitely more than one.
Pardon?
You've definitely got more than one.
Oh, I've got loads of it as well. So let's just have a look. You should know, you've taken pictures of them all. Aha, here's the rose gold. Let's have a look at the rose gold for the colour Sugar Flare. I've not actually seen what theirs is like. So I'll tell you what we'll do is, we'll just put it on the top. So we'll save a bit of time, put it on the top. Crikey, I'm making a good mess here, aren't I, team? So, oh, I found my brush that had the glaze on it. There it is. I'll get rid of that one.
So you would have to paint the drips.
Oh, you'd have to paint them on, yeah.
You couldn't mix a colour with a metallic rose gold with a drip.
I wouldn't have thought so. If you had a matte colour you mix, I don't think you'd get it right, to be fair. No. Right, so I'm running out of big brushes, so let me just pop this in here and let's see what this looks like. In fact, I cleaned a brush up before, didn't I, one of those big brushes? Where did I clean it and put it? Ooh, I need to remember where I put stuff down, Simon. Can you remember what I did with it?
With what?
That flat brush that I had before.
No. Did you not put it in the cornflour?
No. Don't worry. Oh, this looks nice. So this looks nice. Right, okay, I'm not using the right brush for this, because you should really use a nice big brush. So when it's thick like that, Simon, can you just go to the overhead?
Yeah.
So when it's thick like that, that's too thick, okay? You really need to dilute it a bit more. So let me just dilute it a bit more.
Still on the overhead, Carol.
Yeah, that's fine. So you can see there, am I in the camera there, Simon, please?
You are, yeah, perfectly.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going to, and is this one in the camera if I take it round here?
Perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great. So this is the rose gold. Oh my goodness, you know what? How beautiful is that? That's like a combination of the copper
Yeah, it looks slightly coppery.
and the suntan colour, doesn't it? So let's get on a couple of layers. I'm glad Anna left this cake behind. It's come in really useful, isn't it? So is our audience enjoying this so far?
Yes, I think so. They're all staying around.
Oh,
So.
well, that's what we want, isn't
And
it?
we're up to 98 on YouTube now.
Right, fantastic, good. So we're just playing with colours today because all it is, I know all of you got loads of colours in your cupboards and half of you, go on, tell me how many of you have got colours that you've never even opened. That you bought them because you needed to have them, but you never opened them. Go on, tell me, because I bet if you go and have a look in your cupboards afterwards, that's what you've got there. Because I know I have, got loads of them that I've never opened. I like that. Do you like that, Simon?
Looks nice, that.
Doesn't it?
Although, I think it's could do with a little bit more pink in it to be.
Yeah.
But it's still a nice colour.
It's slightly different from the suntan, but it's actually very similar to the suntan, I think, don't
That's
you?
the suntan on there. Oh, no. Oh,
There's
yeah.
the suntan.
Yeah.
They're very similar, aren't they?
I don't think people can see that though, because
No.
they're
They are very similar. So you'll find that luster dust have got a really nice sheen to it. Now, when you see any dust, and I need to repeat this, guys, okay? If you see any dust, so can we go to the main camera, Simon?
Yep, on the main camera
So
now.
if you see any dust that are bling, shiny, metal colour, okay, they are not edible. I don't care what they say. I would be very dubious about giving them to your customers to eat, okay? And I would ask the company for this, the specification, and I would even send it to my local trading standards officer to get them to check. Maybe even send a sample to them. Just be very careful. Luster dust are luster and they're to give them a nice sheer shine, okay? But when they're like really, really bring like chrome colour, or like when you see anything that's like that, it just can't be edible. I really don't believe it is edible.
No,
and that was the part of the problem with the Rocom experience. Okay, so we all don't want to go down that aisle again, do we? So I'm just going to pop on another coat on here. Gonna wait for this to dry. I'll just start buffering in up here. Can't buffer in that one yet. Buffer in the yellow one. They're really nice then. Good. Right, so you'll see that I've got them in lids. So I'm just going to put the lids away because I'm going to sit them over there because when they dry, in fact I'll stick them behind me, when they dry, hopefully they'll be dry by the time this live's finished, then I can show you to just brush them, put them back in your pot, and you'll be amazed how much there is. Yeah, so we'll just put those behind me. We'll put those behind me there. That one's there. And we've got a blue one I think up there. Those, rubbish. Right, pens. So we then come across pens, okay? Now I only do two types of pens. I do the Fractal pens, black and white, and I do this colour splash pens. So these pens are for writing on your cakes. So the colour splash ones have a thin end and a thick end. Are they my favourite? Probably not. Do they do the job? Absolutely. My biggest problem with this one, can you just see the overhead?
Let's zoom in on that, Carol.
Yeah. So the very thin end here for writing is really very little stumpy, okay, and sometimes you need it just a bit longer for the flow. So, but you can just write with these are really very easy.
On the front camera, yeah.
So on the front camera, so, yeah, should have put loves John.
Do you think he's watching?
You go mad. That's why I've done it. So that was the thick end.
Let's turn that round so we can see it.
But it's quite nice if you want to write onto a cake, isn't it? So, so these are quite good. Let me just see, let's do the nice red one. So this is the thicker tip, I think. So, you know, you could just, happy birthday. Yeah, now these come in packs of 8. So these are handy. So, but your sugar paste must be dry for these. So if you want to use these, they come in packs of 8 of those colours. Yeah. So you've got yellow, pink, blue, orange, brown, black, green, and then you can just write on them. It's brilliant, isn't it? So let's see, we'll write on here. So Bob's birthday, so this is the thick end. So Bob. You see it? Good, aren't they? And then the Fractal pens are really, really lovely, and they do a lovely white one. So can you see how long that nice line is there? Can you see the?
Let me.
Can you see it there?
Yep, I can just zoom in. Hang on. Yeah, we can see that very nicely. Yeah.
So we've wrote on here now. So we'll just put on here, yeah, and let's see. Watch me handwriting go all shaky now. So.
Well, you wouldn't normally write in that direction, would you?
No. Happy birthday. Not the best handwriter in the world, but it's just so easy. Just don't. So these you can write on paste that you've just rolled out with these, okay? With those, you need to wait for it to dry, but you don't press hard. So don't dig in and press really hard. So, you know, like we all write differently, don't we? So you need to do a nice light write, okay? So if we just go across here, so Carol, I've missed me O. I made a mock up of that.
Well, I think only you know what that says, Carol. I can't even tell which way up it is.
Let's just say Carol. Which way? Oh yeah, we're on the camera this way. Does it say Carol that way? Let's see if it says on here. What can we see on here? Can we see on here?
Latte, Carol. I think that says Carol.
There you are. You see it there, Simon?
Yes.
There you go. So those are pens for you to use. So they're great as well, aren't they? Right, let's move this big cake out the way. So hopefully you've enjoyed this bit so far.
So
let's get
it's a
this
signed piece of artwork that now, Carol.
Yes. Who would like it? Graffiti cake. Hold on. Oh, it's really, oh, you can see it really blinging down here. Right, okay, then you've got other types of paints as well. So let's just see. In fact, I'm just going to tip all that off the board there. There we go, so we've got a board there. So then you've got other types of paints as well. So you've got water paints. So water paints, I've got my water ready. So you can buy these big pallets of paints, which are brilliant.
You're on the overhead at the moment.
Yeah, that's fine. So you can buy these big pallets of paints. Now, some of these may well be out of stock, but they will be in stock after lunch. So I'm just going to pop them into stock afterwards. Yeah. So these are water paints. Now, each of these paints come with a paintbrush. So these are the mini palettes. So if you want to get started and try your first ones, a lot of people are buying the mini palettes, and then they move on to the big palettes. And we do them in 2 colours. So we do the pastels. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? You see that, Simon?
Yeah.
And then you've got the metallics. Now, are they expensive? Yes, they are. Do they last a long time? Absolutely. And you're only going to use water with these, yeah? So little cup of water, and you're just going to soften it up. So these are powder paints, and they're suitable for all diets, these, yeah? So just hold on a second. So you need to just really loosen it up. Let's build up some colour on our brush. And these are perfect for your sweet stamps. So let me just get a bigger brush because I'll be here all day with that one. Because they're for the sweet stamps, you only get little brushes so that you can, let's have a look at this camera at the front, Simon. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, on that,
because these have been made for the sweet stamps, Amy Sweet Stamps, they're little tiny fine brushes so that you can paint in all your little letters. So that's why we can only get a little bit. I'll be here all day trying to show you the colours. So then all you do is just wash them. Having a hot flush, Simon, we'd like to open the door.
Okay.
So pat my face. Thanks very much. It was funny yesterday, it was sunshine and raining at the same time, wasn't it? So so then you just wash them. But let's just pop that back in there. Let's get a bigger palette. You have to loosen them up a little bit. And then I want to get the airbrush out and have a little bit of play with the airbrush. So these are for painting your letters. I wouldn't use these for painting the side of the cake, okay? Don't use these for these. These are for painting like with your sweet stamp letterers. So you've got your nice bit of colour in. Let me just, don't know how well you can see the colour actually.
It's quite pale on the overhead.
So what you need to do is you have to soften them up. I haven't accounted for the time for softening them up. So let me just get them going a minute. So by the way, we're actually on the hospital route, us. So we have the ambulance people going by all the time. So you see that nice bronzy colour.
So these look a lot paler than the dust.
Yeah, because they're actually for, so you don't know what sweet stamps are, do you, Simon?
Yes, of course I do.
Do you? Well,
I've taken enough pictures of them and put them all back in the trays.
Yes. So when I have the pictures taken of them out the tray, so when they come and they're in the tray, and then Simon has to put the ruler next to the first few. It's A, B and C you put the ruler against, isn't it?
I haven't done that for a while.
I know, you haven't. And then he nearly died because he had to take them all out the trays, take all the little bits out. He's lost 1 or 2 letters as well, which we've had chats about.
I don't think we have.
Yes, we have, Simon.
I think
then Amy has brought out the new ones that go in boxes, and he had to do the whole thing again. He was like, really? And I went, yeah, you do. Because the box sets were slightly different. They've got some additional letters in, but they're missing some of the symbols. So yeah. So these are perfect for your sweet stamps, and they're perfect for models and stuff like that if you're just doing a little bit of modelling. But I wouldn't use them for decorating the side of the cake. You need your dust. Yeah. So that's those. And all you need to do with these are all water based. All you need to do with these is wash them in water. Now there's also some other paints that you can use. So let me just get another palette tray. Where's my palette tray? Get another one out. So you can also get some, I put these on offer as well. Now there's some paints called Edible Art. Now it's not Ed-able like it's in the dust. This is Edible Art by Sweet Sticks. And you can use some of these as well. And I've actually put them all on offer. So the ones that are not on offer is because I've actually got very little of. And some of them are not got as big a discount as some of the others because they're at different prices. Now these are water based as well. And you can use these for your sweet sticks, sweet stamps. So we'll just put a little squirt of each in. So these are paints, these, okay. Let's just use this there. So I'll just show you these colours. So these again are for your sweet sticks as well. So just let me get some paint brushes out. There we go. And then you just add a little bit of water to these, because these are all water based. Okay, and then what you're going to do is, I'm going to just do a nice little wash. A bit more water to that. And then you're just going to do a nice little wash so that they wash into each other. I'm not as artistic as Amy when she comes to it. She does all these and she floods it all in so they all blend into each colour. But I'm just going to just show you. So you just add a little bit of water to these. You can paint with them as well if you wanted to paint your name. So, if you wanted to. So what Amy does with these is she actually adds more and more water and makes it look like that watercoloured effect. You know that, what do they call it when they, artists do it and they, I'm not artistic, but they flood it.
You mean a wash?
A wash, yeah. Well, yeah, when they blend it all into each other with colours. So this is when she's painting her boards. You'll see that when she's doing the blank canvas, she'll just do washes like this with it. So whatever colour she's doing, now I'm showing you different colours here, but she'll maybe use all variants of pinks or oranges or yellows and stuff, and then she'll go around the board like that. Yeah? So that's the paints. So again, they're all water based. Give them a wash. Don't leave them in the water, and then just dry them. Dry them on a kitchen roll. I'm using a clean cloth, and just dry them. And then if you can, just leave them to dry like that on the side, on top of some tissue. Don't leave them to dry like that in your container. If you leave them to dry like that in the container, what water in there is going back into your brush and will soften all the bristles on the brush. And this is why I say, where's that cornflower gone? You can then put it into the cornflower, dries it all up. Because you can see I've got hundreds of brushes here. You need to buy as many as you can. Loads of different ones. But the brushes I actually want are not here. The ones that I want. And then, so can you see now there's no colour coming out of them? Yeah? And they'll be dry. The cornflower will have actually helped dry the brush. Are we on the overhead there, Simon? Yeah. So can you see there's no colour coming out of them?
Yep, I can see that.
And then they're all perfect again then for the next time you want to use them. Just give them a little wipe. The only reason they're sat in the dish there is I've just been too lazy to. I'll give that job to Simon after.
What's that?
Show him how to clean brushes.
I think I know how to clean brushes, Carol. Thanks.
Yeah. Right, okay, so that's colour as well. So those are different colours. Right, let me have a look now at sprays. So then they do sprays. So we've got PME sprays. So you can have a spray. You can spray this direct onto your cake. So this one is bronze. You give it a really nice shake. Now there's a non-alcoholic one, so one with no alcohol in, and then there's a normal one as well. So we've just got the normal ones here, okay? Now these is if you want to spray onto your cake, you can spray direct onto your buttercream as well to give it a nice effect. So again, so this is a nice bronze colour. It smells, I love the smell. I should probably have put some kitchen roll around because I've probably sprayed everything bronze now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's everything bronze, Simon.
Yeah, cameras, everything, yeah.
But can you see that lovely bronze colour now? Isn't that fab? And then that'll dry off, so you can spray the side of your cakes with this, which is ideal. So how many of you use this? Because this is excellent stuff. And we do this in the PME range, and we also do it in the Colour Splash range as well. So in the Colour Splash, we only do silver and gold. The silver is like a very much a grey colour, if I'm honest. But this one here is the bronze colour. What do you think of that?
Yeah, looks good, that.
Yeah. And I think I'm covered in it as well. So you only really need to do, and when you look at it, you can see like it's got little different depths. That's because it's still wet. But I would only say, just layer it like that. It will look really effective. Can you see on the overhead there?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what we've talked about there is, let's just see what else have we got here for spraying. So let's spray a flower. So let's just see, let's get the kitchen roll now. Let's spray some other things. Let's take that out of the way. I have to put my coffee back in the microwave, aren't I? So let's just have a little go of these. And then let's try the silver one. You can see what they're like. Well worth doing, isn't it? We haven't even talked about glitter dust yet. So what we've talked about is matte dust. We've talked about luster dust, and then we're going to talk about glitter in a minute. And then we've talked about paints, and we've talked about sprays, and we've talked about pens. So has it all been useful to you, by the way? Has it all been useful? Is it making sense, or do you know it all anyhow? And I'm only telling you my knowledge. Okay, this is what I've learned along the way. So this one is the silver, so you do have to make sure you give it a really good shake. So let's have a look at this silver spray. And if I remember right, it sort of like comes out like a grey colour. There you go. Now, I don't know whether you can see how shiny that is. Can you see how that shiny, Simon?
I'll try and zoom in a bit.
Are we under the camera there?
A bit more this way. Oh, the other way, I mean. That's it, yeah. Just wobble it about a little bit so you can, yeah.
Now what I would be inclined to do here now is pop the finishing sparkle on, just to, while it's just wet, just give it a little spray of finishing sparkle. Bling it up. Hey girls, and you've all got your finishing sparkle, haven't you? So I would bling it up with a little bit of that. So can you see it there now, Simon? Are we under the camera?
We are.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And then let's have a look at the gold one. Pardon?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do a gold one. So we've done the bronze, the gold. Let's do the gold. Let's see if I might not have enough gold in here actually. Okay, let's see. So this is the colour splash one. So we've used the PME one. Ooh, ooh, I like that. That's the gold. And where is the gold finishing sparkle there? Let's just have a little look. Can you see how gold that is?
Yep.
And let's put a little bit of, ooh, wow, look at that. I like that, don't you? So I've got a bit of gold on this one over here with the spray. And then you can see the bronze. So they're ideal, aren't they?
Not quite on the screen now, but yeah.
There we go. Yeah? Which screen are we on, Simon?
We're
Overhead?
on the overhead at the moment.
Yeah, brilliant. What do they think of that then?
Fantastic, yeah.
Should we go back to the front camera?
Yeah, we love that.
Yeah, so they're good, aren't they? So these are all things. Who's got all these things in the kitchen and not played with them yet? Or who hasn't heard of them or seen them before? So, and they taste nice as well. These sprays actually aren't too bad, if I'm honest. They don't taste awful at all. So, you know, nice bit of chunk of sugar paste there. So if anybody eats it, it actually tastes perfectly fine. There's actually no strange taste on it at all. So you've got no problems with that. So that's the PME range and the colour splash range. In the PME we do gold, rose gold, bronze and silver. I think we do pearl as well. I'm not sure. And in the colour splash we only do gold and we do silver. But anyhow, hopefully you'll like that. So my next thing is you want to do a bit of airbrushing, don't you? Or shall we do a stencil? Because I'm not sure whether I'll get it all on. Let's do a stencil, just one second.
Can we airbrush a stencil?
Pardon?
Couldn't we airbrush a stencil?
I haven't done either. So.
No, couldn't we airbrush a stencil, yeah.
First time for everything. How are we doing for time, Simon?
We're on 5 to 1.
What time did we start?
11:30.
11:30. Right, I need to get a move on. So, I'm making a right mess in the kitchen, as per usual. I meant to say to you, right, okay, I'm going to put the offer back on for the lace mats. So everybody who buys a lace mat and a mix, so if you buy one of the Pearlines mixes or a mat, so you need to buy 2 together. So you need to buy a lace mat and a mix, and I'll throw in the rosy mat free. The rosy mat is $7.99. Just before we go anywhere, before we start on the colour splash, let's see if these have dried yet. Just one second. Nope, not dried yet. Let's see. So just before we do that as well, we've got some stencils. So we've got 2 stencils to draw for today, because obviously yesterday's live kept crashing. So it's a draw from last Monday and a draw from last Tuesday. And then we've got tomorrow we'll do the stencil for Wednesday. Then on Friday's live we did a colour splash bundle, didn't we? I said I think I was going to do 2 colour splash bundles, did I say, Simon?
You did, yeah.
Right. So the prize for today for like and share, because we haven't really said much about sharing today, so hopefully you've all been like and sharing. So I have some lovely brushes. Have you seen these brushes
what's
here?
the prize for today, Caroline?
I'm going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you like and share today, I'll have to write it down. Next week I've got 2 sets of these, okay? So I've got 2 sets of them, yeah. That'll be the prize. So we'll do one. We'll do one draw for 1 set, and then what day are we on then? Tomorrow we'll do a draw for another set. So these are your brushes for dusting with. Now don't stick these in your luster. It's afterwards when you want to dust your cake. Afterwards you want to polish it with. Okay. So we'll do a draw for those.
So
and
that's
they're lovely.
2 draws for a set of 2.
Well, they get 2. They get a set of 2, yeah. So these are £5 each, so $4.99. So these are £5 each. So this is for next Tuesday. So do remind me, next Tuesday's draw, we'll draw for those. And then tomorrow, we'll do another set and we'll draw that next Wednesday, okay? Now there's no live on Monday. So you know that we're up to Easter this weekend. We're up to Easter, so we've got no lives Friday, Saturday, Sunday or Monday. But I'll be back on Tuesday morning, and Danielle Critch will be back on Tuesday night. But we've still got loads to do this week, so hopefully you like that, like and share.
So we will be running any Facebook flashbacks over that period?
Would you like Facebook flashbacks? This would be Simon's worst nightmare because they take a long time to load. So if you would like Facebook flashbacks, we can play them all weekend. So we can definitely put on 2 a day.
2 a day?
Don't you think, Simon?
I don't think there's enough hours in the day to do them.
What time would you like them? Would you like one at 11:30 and one at 2 o'clock, or one at 11:30 and one at 3 o'clock? Let me know, and then I can get Simon to load them up. Because there's a live going out at 2 o'clock today. So for those people who are newbies to the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen, I'm Carol McFarland from Sugar and Crumbs. I own a company called Sugar and Crumbs, and we make these fabulous flavoured icing sugars and cocoa powders. But also, I'm just like you guys. I have bought all the tools, all the equipment. We have people coming in here doing demos and everything like this, and then I buy it, stash it in the cupboards, and I always say I'm going to use it. Laura, who is usually on the camera, but because we're doing our social distancing, she's on a different team. She's not here doing camera work with us. We've got Simon. Are you enjoying
yes, please,
it, Simon?
yes, please, yes, please.
Yes, please, yes, please. Oh, I bet you're so chuffed, aren't you, Simon? So Laura and I are always saying
I don't know what they're saying yes please to. I think maybe to airbrush.
Yeah, we're going to do some airbrushing in a minute. I'm trying to delay. So Laura and I are always saying we're going to practice with stuff, and we never find the time. But the reason I wanted to do colours is so many of you ask about colours, and then so many of you just want to buy every single colour. And I'm trying to say you don't need to buy every colour. And some of you might say to me, will you buy that brand? Will you buy that brand? And the reason what I'm trying to point out, the reason I haven't bought all the brands is not because there's anything wrong with them, but the colour you're looking for will be in the range of brands I've got already. Seriously, they will be there somewhere already. Okay, so let's have a go at a stencil first. I'm delaying the airbrushing, which I'll do in a moment. Right, I've already got a stencil open. So these stencils are mine. But I've already got one open. Now, I've never done this before, so this is live in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen. So those people who are new might not understand, but basically, I just go for it. Do you know what I mean? I just go for it. We're going to have a go, and we're going to have a go. I'm going to see what it looks like. So I've got a dummy cake here. We need some Trex. Oh, a daisy. Let me get a knife. So just pop a little bit of Trex onto your hand, clean hands preferably. I've got paint all over mine. And we're just going to massage it into our dummy cake here. And I'm just going to wash my hands as well because, so let's get some more Trex out. So by the way, some of you have asked me for Katie Sue pansies and sunflowers. They're back in stock, by the way. The Sweet Stamp mini palettes, they'll be back in stock after this live when I go and update the website. I'm just going to wash my hands and then we'll have a go at this stencil. So Simon, do you want to shout out some comments and some hellos?
Well, I was just reading the comments. So Gwen Allen would like one at 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock. 11:30 and 2 p.m. Yes, please, anytime. 5 a day.
Five a day.
Sorry, Geraldine, that's not going to happen. It takes me 2 hours to upload them.
Can you upload them a few at a time? If you've uploaded,
you know what,
wrong.
Carol, it's bad enough trying to load one at a time. It crashes 3 times before it uploads on
What I'm
Facebook.
saying is, if you upload one, can you then upload another once that's done, reschedule that for another time?
Oh yes, I can do them all in like. I can schedule a few.
It's easy, Simon. You'll be fine.
So I think people are looking forward to seeing the airbrush.
Yes, I know they are. I'm delaying.
Yes.
I'm using delay tactics. I'm scared. Right, but we will get the airbrush out, don't worry. So this stencil is far too big for this cake, okay? Now when you get a stencil, if you're going to roll this out, so next week what I'd like to do is I'd like to do some cupcake toppers. So we'll use the stencils for them and we'll use some embossers as well. So I'd like to do some fancy cupcake toppers next week. So, but I'll show you how to use the stencil then. But on the side of the cake, so you grease your cake, okay? Now what you can do if you want to now, you can put some masking tape to hold it. But it's much better if you just Trex this. So let's get it all rubbed on the cake. Yeah. And then it does have little pinholes where you could actually pin into your cake. So you could pin into your cake to hold it. It's very important that you do hold it in. So do that there. Now this one I've just had to go into the actual and pull it nice and tight as well. So you can use some tape, some like washi tape if you want to, it should be fine.
So what's the Trex for, Carol?
It's to help to stick the stencil so that you don't have any leakages.
Yeah.
Now, I've actually never done this before. I always say I've never done it before, but I truly haven't. So I had to watch YouTube videos to show you how to do this. So you know when you watch YouTube videos, well, I had to watch YouTube videos of a lady who's probably done it 100 times because she seemed very confident, but this is going live with Carol McFarland. Right, okay, so Carol, and we haven't even talked about glitters yet. Okay, so we need a colour, don't we? So what colour should we go for? We'll go for one of these nice, ooh, I tell you what, let's go for this nice pure gold colour. And I've got one open there somewhere, I think. Is that pure gold? That's yellow. No, I'll tell you what, let's use this yellow colour. No, let's have something with a bit of an impact. Actually, so we can see it. Should we use this suntan again? Let's use this suntan again. Right. It's going to be a bit scary now. So I can see that my stencil, you can see it's got gaps. Let's just see. So it's really got to be onto the cake. Oh, it's going to be scary, this, girls. It's going to be scary. So don't even know. I don't even think I want to use it with a liquid at the moment. Let's just use it with a duster, just a dust. So what, we'll do half and half actually. We'll do half dusting and then half with liquid.
So what's that you're using there?
So we're just going to use dust. This is the Fay Cahill dust. Let me just check that this is a clean brush. I don't know why I made myself a coffee. I still haven't got it. I'll have my cold tea. Good job it's fruit tea. So what we'll do here is we'll just brush it on first.
Okay.
So we're just going to brush it on. The idea is it's so that it doesn't leak through the stencil. And it gives a really nice effect. But we're going to see this the first time, so this could be a complete cock up or it could be alright. So who knows. So this is just brushing it on. So, oh, by the way, I've managed to get more flour in stock as well. I had a lovely chat with my flour man this morning, and he said, you haven't got a dog in hell's chance, Carol, of plain flour. So, so Laura had to ring a few people because we oversold on the plain flour, and then Laura was panicking, so she's had to ring a few people to say they can't have it. But anyhow, I've begged this guy for a pallet of flour, and he's let me have a pallet of plain flour. Can you just take note though, for the plain flour I can only let you have 1 per order, and for self-raising I can let you have 2. That's just to share it out really. Some of you actually went ahead and ordered 2, 3, because you can actually order more, and I did say I'll ring you and I'll have to take it off your order, but by the time I've done that, by the time I paid Laura to ring you, then done the adjustment, then did the stock adjustment, it's not worth it. So can you just read what it says, would you mind, just so that everybody else can get some? That'd be brilliant. So what we've done there, we've just dusted that one on. So and then the next one I'm just going to paint, and then we'll use the same colour but we'll paint it with the rejuvenator. I'll tell you, I've got some clearing up to do, haven't I, today? And then we're going to get the airbrush out.
Ooh.
I got really scared. So let's just do that over there. Can you see okay, Simon?
Yes, you're on the front camera at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
It'd be no good, this one on the overhead. Right. So this, I can see it's already running down, so I can see it's running down through the stencil, so my stencil isn't tight enough. Look, you can see it. Can you see how it's gone underneath the stencil? So it's to use with dust, isn't it? I mustn't have been paying attention enough, so I'd probably, or you could use a gel. The gel's firmer. Just 1 second. I have an hearing aid, and my son is ringing me. Just 1 minute.
Surely you should know better.
No. Hiya. I'm fine. I'm just doing a Facebook Live, Wes, so I'll call
You're
you
live
back
on
after.
air.
Try. Bye. If I just dink it, he'll just ring me back, so it's best I actually speak to him. Right, so I can see that my schoolgirl error, I can see it's actually gone through. But we'll have a look. Da, 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 da. Take it out. Oh, I'm scared. I'll have a look before you lot look. Ooh. Yes. So you can see where I've dusted it there. It's better, isn't it? Than when I've done the drip.
So you just done this camera
Oh,
at the
I'm
moment.
on it over there, am I?
So just spin it round so I can
Right,
see.
okay.
I can
So
see
you
all
can
the drips now.
So you can see there on this side where I've dusted it, and it's fine. Can you see that?
There's a little bit of problem at the bottom.
Yeah, there's a little bit of problem at the bottom. God, Sam, you point it out. Don't you worry. Go on, go for it.
Yeah.
Rub it in. And then where I've painted, it's actually gone between the stencil. So I must, which camera are we on, Simon?
Whichever one you want to be.
Yeah, let's go on this one.
That's
shall
fun
we?
one, that.
Yeah. So next time I'll watch YouTube videos a little bit more and check what she did. I actually did think, if I remember the one I was watching, she used blue powder, and she had the same thing. She had some leakage as well. So,
Yeah.
but I do think she just dusted with blue powder. But I thought, you know what, let's give it a go with that. And I also think you can do it with paints. But anyway, you get the idea, don't you? So I would suggest that you play. But the powder one's actually fine, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think what I've done is that when I was brushing
You
here,
perhaps just got a little bit
I've
too
just-
much on the brush
yeah.
or something, yeah.
Of course, that's what it was. Yeah. Right, let's get this out the way, guys. Got to try these things, haven't you? Who
Yeah.
else has used stencils?
But you could clean that off and start again, I would imagine, could you, Carol?
Actually, you could, to be fair. I'll tell you what you could clean it with. Actually, just thinking about that, you could clean it off, actually. Let's just, where's our wipe? So you know your wipe.
Let's
give it a try.
Howie says she uses sponges. Would that
Yes,
would that
sponge
help?
is perfect, yes. No, it won't get it all off. But you could make yourself a nice gold cake there, couldn't you? So this is just with the wipe. Yes, sponges is the right thing to use it with. There you go, well done. Yeah, that's it. Sponges, you know, you're absolutely right. What a dick am I, crikey. So, yeah, there you go. Don't paint it on with a brush, use the sponge. Well done. Who said that?
Becky Howe.
Yes.
Becca Howe.
Yes, you're right. Do you know what? She used a sponge as well. She did. Oh, I have to go back and watch YouTube channels again. I'm just cleaning this with my wipe here. What were they called? Wipeouts. Where's the rest of the packet of wipeouts? There they are.
So you've given it a nice little gold wash now.
Yeah, well, it looks like that, doesn't it?
That's a bit of gold lustre on it.
Yes,
and
actually,
can
you
start
know what?
again.
That's absolutely right. That was a schoolgirl error, that, wasn't it? Yes, she did. Used a sponge, she did. See, look, that wipe out there. That takes it all off there.
And those are food safe wipes
Yeah.
that you can eat.
Yeah, they are. Well,
Not the wipe.
you wouldn't want to eat these, no.
No.
Oh.
Makeup sponges.
Yeah, and I've got a freaking load of makeup sponges there anyhow. But the dusting one came on all right, didn't it? The dusting one was fine. Right, let's throw the rubbish over there. Let's make space for airbrushing. I'm going to have to just clean this lot out of the way because otherwise we're going to be covered in the stuff. So hold on a moment. Right, so Simon, so we're going to have the colours here.
Yeah.
We're going to have those there. Let's have a little clear up.
So have they got time for a quick brew while you
Have
do
they got
that?
time? Yes, go and have a quick brew. I'm not going to put the screen down, but
I have put the screen down.
Oh, have you? Bring it back.
Sorry, bring it
So,
back. We're back.
Go and have a quick wee, go and have a quick brew. We'll leave the screen here so that you can see what I'm doing. But basically, I'm just clearing up the kitchen, okay? So I'm going to put my coffee back in the microwave and then we'll get something out that we can airbrush with. And I don't think I've got space on the side of that cake now, have I? Painted it all. Right, okay, let's get the prizes out of the way because I don't want to cover those out of the way. So go and have a brew. We'll be about 5 or 6 minutes. 1 second. Let's get this out of the way, Simon.
You're still on camera and
I
sound.
know, I'm still on camera, don't worry. Don't worry, I don't mind. I'll just chatter away, Simon. You go and put the kettle on, love.
Okay.
Put my coffee back in the microwave for you. So I'm just going to chuck all these dusts back in here. I'll have a sort out over the weekend. We need to get them all out of the way. Otherwise we'll end up airbrushing everything.
When you're over there, I just want to mess
Yeah.
with that camera.
Just let me move it out of the way a minute. Get those out of the way.
Simon, can you ask about the cream colours dust?
The what dust?
Cream colours dust.
Oh yes, what about it? The cream colour dust.
Cream colours dust. I don't know anything about cream colours dust. This is
Cream,
Linda Miles.
I had 2 cream colours here. I had, just going to throw them all in the boxes now. What would she like to know, Linda? In fact, Linda, just private message me after and then I'll answer the private message because thrown all the dust in the tubs now. I had a cream with Natalie Porter and a Fractal cream as well. Is that what you want to know, which brand it was? So, oh no, it wasn't. It was a rainbow dust cream, if that's what you want to know. And a Natalie Porter one. You got the overhead there, Simon?
Yeah.
You see them? Yeah? Alright, let's put them in there. But if you message me after your
How
question...
do you use the creams?
How do you use the creams? You can use the dust, they're matte colour dust. So you just use them for dusting like I did before. Get all the paints out of the way. Oh. So, and then there's colour mills as well that we need to talk about. Oh, and some other brushes. I forgot that I had these in the warehouse, guys. So I think I'm out of stock of pink at the moment, but there's some other nice brushes in the warehouse if you want something with a bit of bling, different shapes. Can you see those, Simon?
You on the overhead?
Yeah. So if you want some blingy brushes, I've got those in stock. There's a black one as well. So if you want a little bit of bling in your life, they're on the website. Feel free to grab them. So let's put those all over there. Get all these colours out of the way. Sprays. And let's get some airbrushing out. So hopefully you're enjoying this live. I hope you are. Your kettle's boiled, Simon.
Yeah.
Do you want to put my coffee in the microwave?
Okay.
If you just put it in for 1 minute and then just give it a stir, that'd be great. Get some lids on.
You're on the front camera.
I know, don't worry. Oh, could do with a helper here today. Anybody local wants to come and clean up?
I think
Eh?
anybody can come.
No, I'll happily leave the kitchen.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I can do my social distancing, Simon. I don't have to stay here. I'm happy to leave them clean the kitchen. Right, okay.
Well,
So
I'm
we're...
going to go and start preparing for
Oh, I knew you wouldn't want to clean up.
all these Facebook flashbacks I've got for you. Gentlemen.
It's quite nice that you want to watch the flashbacks, actually. If anybody's new to us, basically I've been doing live since 2017. I can't watch them, they make me cringe. They make me cringe watching me now, to be fair, and they make me cringe watching me then. Wasn't my voice squeaky? It's squeaky now, but wasn't it really squeaky?
Well, the one today is you and Laura making friands and...
What are we making?
Friands.
And is it my daughter Laura?
Laura, yes.
So my daughter Laura's on today with me, and we're making friands. What else are we making, Simon?
Italian meringue.
Oh, it's Italian meringue. Italian Swiss meringue, is it?
And it's notable for your matching shirts.
Oh, we've got matching shirts on, have we?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, crikey. I'll have to message our Laura afterwards and go, Laura, you're on live later. Right, so the colour mill, by the way, so the colour mill colours, I put those on offer as well. Not all of them, but the ones that I've got excessive stock on. Now these are beautiful colours if you want to colour chocolate. So if you've got your white chocolate and you want to colour white chocolate, these are amazing. They're actually amazing for anything that's got oil in them. So they're great for your buttercreams, but they're perfect for your chocolate. So if you do use chocolate or chocolate drips and you want to colour your white chocolate, then you can colour with them. They'll be fine. And then somebody wants to know, will I give the magic sparkles a go? So we'll have a go at the magic sparkles as well if we get time. So let me just move this lot over here. And then I've got the airbrush set up. I don't know what we're going to paint on because I've got no paint left to paint. Right.
You don't know what you're going to paint on?
No, airbrushing.
You could airbrush that cake a bit more.
Look at me pink board.
Oh. Don't airbrush your pink board.
No, I can't airbrush my pink board. So we sell a few airbrushes. We sell the Spectrum Flow, but I'm out of stock at the moment. We do sell Dinky Doodle, Dawn Butlers. We also sell PME, I think we sell that one, I'm sure we do. And I also sell colour splash ones as well. So we've got 4 airbrushes on the website. I'm thinking of maybe stocking that little handheld airbrush. I'm not too sure about it at the moment, but I just need to speak to the guy at PME and whether it's worth stocking that one. I'm sure he's going to tell me yes it is, but I need to have a little chat with him about it. So let's just get our boards. So when you're airbrushing, Dawn Butler told me you do not need to have a box for you to airbrush. And in fairness, she's done a class in here with 10 students, all airbrushing all over the kitchen, and it was absolutely fine. So you just don't throw your wand everywhere. So let's just do a couple of colours, shall we? So the airbrush colours that I use the Fractal range, and they're a water-based colour, and I do have some of the Spectrum colours, Spectrum Flow colours in stock as well. So have a look on the website. If you have a look under edibles, you'll find everything under edibles on the website. So if you go to sugarandcrumbs.co.uk, go to edibles, you'll find gels, paints, dust, luster dust. There's something I forgot to tell you, I've been meaning to tell you, the glitters. Oh, glitter, glitter, glitters. So when you get a glitter like this, in fact, let me just show you on here. So when you get a glitter like this, a glitter won't cover your cake when it's dry, okay? So if you want to dust with this, let me get it. I've got one in the tub here. So this is the finishing sparkle in a tub. We've already used some of these. So when you brush on with this dry, it won't fill it in like a solid colour. So it won't do the luster. It won't colour in nice and deep like it did on this flower. Yeah. What it'll do is it will give you a glitter effect across. The only way that you'll actually get it to go in nice and deep is to really bling it up is to add the rejuvenator, make it into a dust, and then luster onto the side of your cake. So let me just stick this on here for you, just so I can quickly show you. So if you put the glitter on there, you'll also find that the glitter will brush off as well. So when you put glitter on, it's actually for twinkling and spraying on, which is why they put it in a pump, so that you can pump it all over your cake, and then you can spray all over your cake, and then it just all glitters and sits down. But if you try and brush it on dry like that, all you can do is brush it on and it'll brush off as well. What you need to do is pop it into a tub, and then this tub as well, you can fill up this. Okay, so you need to fill it into a tub, just so I can explain to you. That's how all glitters are. Glitters are just meant to be just dusted on. They won't go on and stay on. The only way they'll stay on is if you do this. So if you have rejuvenator or dipping solution, okay, and even then it won't be that deep, but you'll see now it's staying on. Can you see it on the cake now, Simon?
Yeah.
Staying on. But when it was a dust, so if you're going to use it as a dust, so we've got matte dusts that give you colour and depth, you've got lusters that give it a shine, and then you've got glitters that go over the top that just gives it a nice sparkly finish. That's if you use it all dry. Then if you use it with rejuvenator, dipping solution, alcohol, white alcohol, or with lemon extract, then you'll get a different effect as well. So then it glitters like this then. So I think you can just see it there. That's really nice sparkle there now. So we've got a rose there. You can see it on there. Yeah. So that's what glitters are for. So don't try and brush on a glitter and think, why is it not glittering the whole of my cake? It doesn't. It's like see-through, isn't it? It just patches. So the only way you can get it to glitter on properly is if you're going to use rejuvenator. Crikey, I've got a whole load of brushes to clean me, haven't I? Afterwards, right, delaying tactics for the airbrush. Right, okay, here we go. So we've got our airbrush. What did you do with my coffee, Simon?
It's just there, Carol.
Oh yeah, there it is. Did you give it a stir for me as well?
Did you? You did say yes. I must have stirred it then.
Right, so we're going to use the Dinky Doodle one. There's my doggies. So we're going to use the Dinky Doodle one. I'm just going to check that I'm plugged in. So no, not plugged in. Just 1 second, move my coffee over there. Which one's this? Oh yeah, I am plugged in. Right, okay, so we're going to use the Dinky Doodle one. We're going to stick that on there. And then we've got a cleaning station. We've got a little pipe holder. Let me just take these things out of the way. Now, the Dinky Doodle airbrush is different. All the airbrushes are different. The cleaning stations, no matter which brand you buy it from, are the same. They're all the same. They don't do anything. All that is, it's just a little tub for you to squirt your water in. And the stands are all the same as well. So this one's a Spectrum Flow, but if you buy a Dinky Doodle one, it's the same. And this is a Dinky Doodle cleaning station, but if you buy Spectrum Flow, it's the same. You're not getting anything different. They're both the same. Both companies will tell you that as well. But the actual airbrushes are slightly different. I can't tell you what the differences are between each cleaning station, because between each airbrush, because I'm not that technical. But I do know that this one is just a one trigger, so it's not. Whereas with the Colour Splash one, it has different types of triggers on it. But we'll have a little play with that in a minute. But this one is my preferred choice, the Dinky Doodle one, in fairness. So I'm using the blue pen. You do get a black pen with a pink lid on, and but this one's got a bigger well on it, and this is the teal colour, and they do a purple one. So these are additional extras, yeah? So then we're going to use the Fractal colours. These are water-based. So give them a good shake. In fact, I'll tell you what, we'll use the claret one first, because I don't think I brought out a metallic colour. So we're going to unscrew the top. I've got no strength in me today, Simon. Can you just unscrew that top off there for me, please? Just that little lid. I'm just going to get a little jug of water a minute. So you'll see on this cake here, this was airbrushed on. So this has got the silver on. This is just paste, but we'll have a paint on this as well.
Oh, it doesn't unscrew, does it? It just pulls off.
Oh, does it pull off? That's why I can't get it off then. So we'll have a little play with that in a minute. Did you pull it off?
Yeah, it's off.
Ah, right, okay. Put it in there. That's why I couldn't get it off then, Simon. Yeah. There you go, even I'm learning things. Right, okay. So you'll see in the cleaning station I put some water. All it is that when we change the little tub and we squirt it into there, we need to add some more water to flush it through. And all it is, it's just making sure it stays all liquid. It doesn't do anything this, you just throw it away. But we're going to use the Flow Air. Now the Flow Air are matte colours. So I'm just going to put the matte, and this one's claret. Am I over the camera there, Simon?
You are perfectly in the middle, yes.
Right, so we're just going to, so this one's a bigger well, this one. And then we're going to turn it on. So you can put the lid on if you want to, okay, but you don't have to. Right,
That
I'm a
sounds
bit
like
scared.
very dangerous.
Pardon?
It's very dangerous. You should put the lid on.
No, you don't have to put the lid on, Simon. So what we're going to do is, so what can you see there? Should we go from the overhead?
No, not at the moment.
So let me just do the colour there.
Okay, you can go over the on the
Right.
overhead, yeah.
So what you do is, I mean, you should have a little practice really, just so you practice with your trigger there. So what we'll do is, and you just go backwards and forwards like that, and you're building up your layers, okay? So backwards and forwards like that, building up your layers. Isn't this lovely, this claret colour? And you can keep building up. So when you're going round your cake, okay, you can just keep going around, making it nice and deep. And then as you go up, then you can do like a lighter colour. So it's like an ombre colour. And you just go lighter and lighter. So you can do that. You can actually write your name on there as well. If you wanted to. Do you see that's Carol, or is it a bit
Yes,
vague?
I can see that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think you can actually do it really close as well.
And can you adjust the flow?
Just at one trigger.
If you screw that in, does that restrict the maximum flow?
You can either pull it right the way back or halfway. But look how it looks, just nicer the further back you go. And you will have to go over it a couple of times. This is a great way for colouring cake. So if you didn't want to, just 1 second. Oops, just 1 second a minute. Where's my tissue? Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, hot and bothered, and I need to wipe my nose. So if you wanted to, so let's say you wanted this lovely red, and it's very hard to achieve a red when you're actually having to knead it into your sugar paste. So what you can actually do is do a white cake, and then you can actually just colour it. So you do have to build up your colours, okay? So it's always best to just go around the cake and just keep building up your colours. Keep going along so it's all nice and even. And you do need to give it time to dry as well. So just keep building up. We're just going to do half the cake. Are you on the overhead there, Simon?
I'm switching between the two.
Switching two, yeah. So look how lovely that is there. So we're just going to do half that colour there. That looks lovely, doesn't it, that claret? And look, there's loads in there. I don't know whether you can see what's in there. Can you see what's in there?
I'll zoom in.
Well, I filled it up and there's actually loads. Let me tell you what, let me put it into a little tub. Let me just hang on so you can see, because I only think I filled it just up to over half full. Let's get some of these little tubs here. We'll use another colour for the other half. So we'll turn that off. So look how much I'm going to pour back out. You on the overhead there, Simon?
Yeah.
Look. So there's a lot there, isn't there? So I've hardly used anything at all. So you could pour that back out there and pour that back into your colour. So you don't need to waste it. And we won't actually. So we'll just pour this back into here so that we don't waste it. And then we're going to wash the brush. Now, all you guys who are regular followers know that I've only used an airbrush a couple of times, so I can't show you any fabulous artistic skills. I really can't, because I really don't know it that well. But what I will do is just play with it for you. So when you're changing colours, you do need to add a little bit of water. Okay, turn it on, and then tot it into this cup here, into your holder here. Just pull it back. And what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to get some kitchen roll. So I'm just squirting all the colour through it, water through in here. So what you'll see here, let's lift this up. So what you'll see here is I'm putting clear water through.
Hang on, yeah.
So I'm putting clear water through, so the water I put in the cap here. So I'm just pushing it through here, so it's cleaning through the pen. So if you've got this cleaning station, it doesn't matter whether you buy a Fractal one or a Dinky Doodle, they're both exactly the same, there's no difference at all. They both look the same, they're the same, just two different brands. You know, there's some things that you have to buy in life that are the same. So sometimes we've got lots of dinky doodling, sometimes we've got spectrum flowing. And the same with the pen holder. You don't need a pen holder because there is one pen holder on the side. But if you've got 2 or 3 pens on the go, then you might want to. So we're just going to do that a minute. So I'm just going to get my kitchen roll. You do need a lot of kitchen roll when you get an airbrush as well. So I've put a lot of liquid in here. Any questions, Simon? So let me just tip some of this out because...
Could you thin that down with something to make a
thinner colour?
A lighter colour?
I don't see no reason why not, because these are... Well, let's just have a little look here. Let's have a little look on the board. So that's got water in it, but I've already pushed out half the colour now.
Yeah.
So let's see what's coming out. Yeah, look. So you could really, but to be fair, this is a whole tub. This is a whole tub of water that's in here now.
Yeah,
and
that's still colouring. Yeah,
it's still
you
colouring.
wouldn't want to put too much water on it.
But
though,
with the flow air, you can water down because they are water based.
Yeah.
So you could. So I'm just tipping this out into the tissue because I want to clear this a minute. So just turn this off. So I just want to clear this. I'm just going to wipe this out for the inside a minute. Still not finished cleaning it yet. So you go through a lot of tissue. And when you have an airbrush, you'll have really mucky hands as well. So let me just put a little bit more water inside, but only just a little drop, okay? Because what we're going to do now is we're just going to turn it back on. This is for cleaning. I'm just going to hold it here. So can you see on the overhead, Simon?
Yeah.
So we're just going to hold it here because I'm wanting it to gurgle back up into the little cup. So you can hear that little drip drip?
Yes, I'm not sure what you're doing there.
Yes, it's because it's taking, so rather than spraying it all out, it's just pushing some of the water back up so it's cleaning back up into the tube,
Right,
that's all.
Okay.
So then we're going to keep flowing until it comes nice and clear. And to be fair, if you're using another darker colour now, it won't really matter, it will wash out. So let me just get this on.
Yes, if you start with your lighter colours and
Yeah.
move to your darker colours, you won't need to be quite as thorough with your cleaning.
No. So what we'll do is we'll use the turquoise for the other side of the board. Oh, in fact, no, in fact, yes, we will. We'll do a quarter of the board with the turquoise colour. So bearing in mind we've also got some pink in here already. So let me just get this. So who's got an airbrush and never used it? I saw lots of you say yesterday that you hadn't used it. So let's get this on again. So let's just go over here. So these are the matte colours, so they are still drying at the moment. So let's just put too much colour in there. So what we're going to do is, so this is the lovely turquoise colour. So I love the the fractal colours. They are really vibrant. Look at that. We'll just go over the pink, and they're suitable for all diets, the fractal as well. So that turquoise colour is lovely. So you'll see it's going blue because that's where we had pink. Yeah, so we'll just do a quarter of the board. We'll let that dry. Oops. Ooh. Just put my thumb into there now. Just 1 second. So let's just do the sides of this cake here. So can you see there? Can you see?
Yeah.
You can just build up your layers. So make sure you've got plenty of kitchen roll all over. And also let it dry, like I've just gone to catch that board over there and put my fingerprints through it. And you just go up and down, and the idea is to go like that. Yeah.
Nobody can see
Too
anything.
fast.
Nobody can see anything now.
Eh? Too fast. Threw some out the cup. Right, okay, so let's try another colour. Let's put this away. Let's try another colour, and then we'll do some of the shimmers over the top. So let me just clean this out, making a right row mess in here, aren't we? So are you enjoying this live, by the way? Who's still with us? Have we still got a good audience, Simon?
Yeah,
Have they all
still
gone to
got-
bed?
Well, quite a lot of them have gone onto YouTube.
Have they? Might be onto YouTube. Oh, I was going to say, right, I was going to do a competition. Okay, so it's April, isn't it? So I was looking at YouTube yesterday, and we've got 15,600 followers we have on there. So, and I can also find out who our newest followers are. So I thought that I would do 4 lots of £50 prizes, okay, over the month. So that means at the end of April, okay, I will do a prize, 4 prizes of £50 gift vouchers for our shop if you sign up and subscribe to our channel. Now, it's subscribe to our channel. Basically, it's Sugar and Crumbs with Nifty Nozzles on YouTube. To subscribe, it's completely free. You won't get charged, so don't worry anybody. You're not paying any money. It's just to show that you're a follower. And so that I know, what I want you to do is comment on the live. So let me know, hi Carol, I've joined, I've subscribed. And because what I'm trying to do is build up my following over there, because I've realised that on Facebook, if you don't have a Facebook account, a lot of people can't watch it. So, you know, YouTubers over there, you know, if you don't have any other social media's account, you can go just by your internet. So I'm looking to push it over towards more to YouTube, so that more people can actually follow our lives. So I'll still do them on Facebook, but I'm looking for more YouTube followers so that we can follow over there. So those people who don't have any social media accounts can use them. And then what I want you to do is go over, subscribe, anytime today, tomorrow, whatever. Subscribe, hi Carol, pop my name in for the draw. And what I'm actually going to do is, we're not going to do the spinny thing because you can't do that on there. I'm going to give Simon the job of writing every name down who's commented.
Okay.
And then we're going to cut them all up.
I mean, printing them out.
Printing them all out, Simon, yeah. Printing them out, cutting them all up, and then we'll put them in the drawer. And we'll do 4 prizes of £50 gift vouchers. So that's £200 giveaway there. And we'll do that on the last, let's see, what are we, April? I'll do some more colours in a minute.
I'm sure we can just have do it a kind of more electronic way.
No, because we need to pick 4. So we're on the 7th of May now, aren't we? 7th of April now. Is Monday the 4th of May a bank holiday?
May the 4th.
May the 4th. Because we want 4 weeks, don't we? So we'll do it on Monday the 4th. Okay, so that gives us 4 weeks. So
I
not
think
the
it
end of
might be a
April.
bank holiday, but
You
does
think
that
it could
be? Yeah.
No, because we're having the bank holiday on the 8th, on the Friday for VE Day, aren't we?
Oh, are we?
Normally it's the Monday. So normally the first Monday in May is the bank holiday, but they've moved it to Friday to celebrate the VE Day. So if you have a look now, you'll find that Friday is early May bank holiday. So I think if we do it on Monday the 4th, okay, I'll put it in my calendar afterwards, and by then Simon will have been in. So what I want you to do is sign up, okay, and go, Carol, I've joined. Now don't just go on there and write a comment. In fact, I actually don't think you can write a comment on there unless you're actually a member. I don't think if you're not signed up or subscribed, you can't comment, can you? Because I think when you go to press it,
we might get 10,000 people writing in saying that they're subscribed.
Wouldn't that be great, Simon?
I'm not cutting out 10,000 pieces of paper,
Why
Carol.
not,
I'll put them in a spreadsheet and pick random numbers.
We'll find a way, we'll find a way. Do you think that's a good idea, everyone? So get you over onto YouTube there. And then of all the other great things that you can watch over there as well. But you do need to put a comment on there, and you do need to put a thumbs up and possibly not a thumbs down, okay? And the other thing is you don't have to keep tapping smiley faces on there, you just watch it. So lots of people like Facebook because they like to see all the little emojis going up and the comments. You can still see the comments on YouTube, but I don't think you put all the little love hearts on, you just put a thumbs up.
We've got clarification from Maureen.
Yeah.
Monday the 4th is not a bank holiday.
No, it's not a bank holiday. I know it isn't. It's Friday the 8th, isn't it, Maureen?
She's not saying anything.
She will do in a minute. Right, okay, so let's show you this lovely lilac colour, and then we'll show you some of the shimmers as well.
That's what I love about your early lives, Carol.
What?
You say, is anybody there?
Well, you
waiting for someone to reply.
You have to wait for the 30 seconds, Simon. Right, let me get that colour out there. So you can put it in there. We'll pop a little bit of water in. Clean the little well out a minute. Let's just pop a little bit of water in. Oh, somebody else is ringing me now. What do they want?
Oh, tell them to...
What's the ironing man? You'll have to
Ironing
wait.
man saying you should be off air by now, Carol. You've been on 2¼ hours.
No, we haven't.
We have.
No, we haven't.
It's just to remind you, it's 15 minutes till the
Right, well, we're
live-
nearly done. We're
the
nearly
next
done. We're
show.
nearly done.
We don't want to run over again.
Run over again, do we? Right, let's turn this one off. What colour was I doing next, Lilac? Oops, daisy. Oh, you're a good lot, aren't you, sticking with me? I made a right mess in the kitchen. Is anybody local? Because I've got to be down for Bredbury at 3 o'clock doing my tidying up. I was there from 3 o'clock yesterday. Would anybody like to come and clear this mess up in the Sugar and Crumbs kitchen? So we're going to use this lovely lilac colour. Oh, what are you laughing at, Simon?
There was a large bee going through, and then
There was a what?
a large bee
When?
just then.
Has he just flown through, has he?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Somebody
Right.
was asking about airbrushing, then blowing your nose. Karen Naylor.
Airbrush and blow my nose. Oh, yes, I know.
So you end up. Well, I remember this from spraying cars.
Thanks, Karen. You do get a little bit up your nose, but to be fair, okay, to be fair, it's a tiny bit. It's not worth talking about.
No.
Right. Be more. All right, I'm going to go and put this over this green now. This purple colour. I'm just going to put this purple colour over here. See what this purple looks like. So.
I'm going to.
And that purple over, look, it's making it like into a dark blue, isn't it?
Let's zoom right in on that.
So we've got this lilac, it's called. It's making it into a dark blue, but just so that you can see it's lilac, look. So you can see it's lilac, look. Now I've got Trex all over this dummy as well, if you remember, guys. So it's a little bit patchy because of the Trex. But look, it's changed the turquoise to dark blue there. Look at that, it's gone like a real royal blue, hasn't it? Can you see it, Simon?
I'm trying to chase you around the cake.
Oh, okay, well, can you see it there?
I can't see that's not on any camera now.
Okay, well, show me where should we be?
You-
Where should we be?
It was where it was.
Okay.
Just put it down.
Right, okay.
Spin it round for that camera so people
Oh,
can
right,
see it,
okay.
if you like.
Should I take all this lot out of the way then?
Or just
one
pop it
second.
where it was.
Let me just take this lot out of the way.
So this camera's facing down so we can see that.
Right, okay. Set the kitchen. Oops, sugar. Take the kitchen roll out of the way there. Now you'll see. Which camera are we on now, Simon?
We're on the
Overhead,
front one
over
at the
there?
moment. We're on this one at the
Right,
moment.
okay, just go to the overhead.
Yeah.
Now you see, because it wasn't dry, I've got to stuck my fingerprints in it before. But let me just go to the overhead now. Let's just do the purple over there. So you can see the lovely purple colour. And that's all you're doing, really, just guiding it. So don't be, right, let's get you on the front colour. Okay, so don't be miles away like this, okay? So you don't want to be miles away like this, yeah? And then wafting it all around the kitchen, because then you are going to paint the kitchen. You just need to be like that. And then if you want to go nearer, you can do.
About
So-
6 to 8 inches.
Yeah. There's our graffiti board. You just get your airbrushes out and play. That's what you should do. And is Barbara Ann Ford watching?
Yes.
She's just got her dinky doodle. Have you played with it yet, Barbara?
I'm just reading what she's been doing.
There you go. Have you been playing with it? So which camera are
She
we
was
on,
shaking one of
Simon?
her bottles and the lid came off and it's all over the carpet and her jumper.
But why did she not screw the lid on?
Why don't you put the lid on?
Well, you don't need the lid on. You have to have the lid on if you don't want to. Right, Simon, which camera are we on?
You're on the front one at the moment.
Yeah, okay, so let's put that there. What else can I spray? Let's just get this cake here. Can you see this on here, Simon?
Yes.
Can you see that on there? So, these are all cakes that are going in the bin, by the way.
They're not
So-
real cakes to point out.
No, they're not
people.
real
They're
cakes.
just
Right,
dummies.
so I'm going to run out of colour there, so let me put some more colour in. So what do you think about that then for joining YouTube, guys? Let me know what you think.
So what about the people who already joined YouTube?
Well, you know what? They'll just have to start saying hi on every live, won't they? Commenting. So look at this. Look how easy this is to comment to airbrushing. Look at that. So you know, like if you've got any moulds that you've gone around your cakes with, so you don't even need to colour your sugar paste. Look, just paint it, airbrush it. Look at that lovely purple. Isn't that great? And just take your time. I'm rushing, but just take your time. So I mean, this is already a decorated cake there, so it's got all the bits on. But before you put the shoe on and everything else. But look at that lovely purple, isn't that gorgeous, that?
Yeah,
What do
you're
you
on the
think?
front one, yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that gorgeous, that? And then we can go up over the frill. Oops, I just spilled some. But to be fair, if we were going to, if I was going to be doing this, this is
You
great.
wouldn't really be doing this, would you?
No, no, not at all. But if you wanted a navy blue cake, so instead of having to, just 1 second, if you wanted a navy blue cake, instead of buying navy blue sugar paste or covering it navy blue, you can actually just use white and then spray the whole of your cake first. Spray it, let it dry, and you must let it dry. Build up the colours, okay, but you must let it dry before you do anything else to it, and then it just saves you all that kneading, trying to knead in colour and everything, and you get a nice even colour. And one of these bottles lasts for a really very, very long time. We do a gold and a rose gold in the Sugar Flare range as well of these, and we use some of the Spectrum ones as well. So I think that's us done, I think.
Brilliant.
I was going to use the Chimère, but I've realised, I'll tell you what, I was going to use, we do a range of Chimères as well. And the Chimère, the difference with these are water-based as well, but these give you a nice metallic finish afterwards. So the colours I put on now, they're still wet, but then they'll dry and they'll dry matte. So once they've dried, then you can then just Chimère. And it's quite a good word really, because you're just going to shim over it and give it a nice luster. Yeah, do you get that? So that's what we're going to do there. So I'm just going to wash my hands a moment, and then let's do the 2 stencils draw, and then we'll talk about tomorrow. So tomorrow, what I was thinking was, I was thinking of playing with these boys tomorrow, Blossom Sugar Art Cutters. Now, who's got these? So I was thinking that we could make some little flowers with these. So I could show you how to make some little flowers with these and dust them all up. You can buy them individually with little cutters, and I thought I was going to show you how to cut them out, how to use the little mould, and how to dust them up nicely using the colours. So would you like to do that tomorrow then at 11:30? So, and then there's I'm just going to put them in stock, the Creative Studio. We do them in loads of little sets. So let me just go and find the box set. Just 1 second. Box set. So these are mine. I've got a whole drawer of them here. So there's frangipane, there's butterflies, but you can buy this little set here. So this is this set. This is called the Blossom Creator Studio set, and in here you get a whole range of them. You get 3 of the moulds. You don't get all these moulds in there, but you get 3 of the moulds in here. You get loads of cutters in there, and it's a really good value kit. So you don't get all of them. Should have had a tidy up really. I don't know which ones you get in there. I think you get that one and that one, I think you get. So would you like to play with these tomorrow? Should we dust these up with the dust tomorrow? So what I could do is in the morning, so I'll go and work till 9 tonight, and then I'll get up at 6 in the morning, clean this place, and then I'll start cutting out little flowers, shall I, with flower paste, and then have some ready so that we can decorate them up. What do you think? Do you fancy doing that tomorrow? So I'll just need Simon to give me some feedback, and while he's doing that, I'll just go and get last Monday's live. So Simon, do you want to read out some comments? And then I will just load up last Monday's live.
Okay.
Oh, dear me. So hopefully you've enjoyed today.
Yes.
Pardon?
Yes, they've enjoyed today.
Yes, I hope you have enjoyed
Many
today.
thanks for today's show. Yeah. Very informative.
Good. And it's only what I know. I don't know it all, but it's just me playing here.
So I would say though, anybody that does have an airbrush, just keep practicing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just get some paper out, just see how it works.
Yeah, just play with it. So let me just find it's going to take me a little while now. Just let me find last Monday's live. So I'm just going to go through all the posts. 1 second. So you'll have to get your fastest finger ready, Simon.
Oh, I can't reach across, Carol.
Eh?
You'll have to do that. You'll have to hold it up and do it yourself.
Yeah, okay then. Can you remember what we did last Monday? What was the date last Monday? That was Friday. So that was Thursday. Tuesday. Thursday. Just hold on 1 second.
I can't remember what we did last Monday.
I
Did we do anything last Monday? Did we even do a show last Monday?
Yes, because it was your first training day.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Just 1 second. So it wasn't the tear apart cake, was it? Tear apart was Tuesday, wasn't it?
The fall apart cake was Tuesday, yeah.
So,
can you spray chocolate ganache? I would imagine.
Right,
so.
You can, but I don't think you can do it with the fractal colours. I'll have to double check. I think you'll have to use the spectrum colours, spectrum flow colours that are for chocolate. I'll have to double check because these are all water based. So, but we've got some of the spectrum flow that are for chocolate.
Red velvet cake. No, I don't think I did Did I do that? No.
No, just 1 second. What was the date last Monday? Did we do? Can someone just tell me? Can you just get the calendar up for me, Simon? Last Monday.
Would have been the.
So I've got cherry bakewell cakes. The 31st. Did we do cherry bakewell cupcakes?
Yes, that's it.
Did we?
Yes.
So let's see what time. Yes, we did. So we did cherry bakewell cupcakes. Yes, at 11:30. There it is. There's the lives there. So we did. We've got 63 shares. We'll just get the shares up a minute. There we go. So if any of you have won before, I would like to choose again if you don't mind, because some of you have won 2 and 3 times, and I'd like to try and give other people a go. So I've noticed that some of you do share, but you don't actually share it into anything, and a lot of you just share it into my group. So if you can just share it into other groups as well. My daughter's ringing now. Just 1 second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep pulling the shares, but if you've won before, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to pick again until we choose somebody who hasn't actually won, because some of you have won 2 times, 3 times, and I'd like somebody. If you won once before, you know what, it's yours. So, but if you've won 2 or 3 times, just for this week or so, just so we can give other people a chance. So I am going to, Tracy Scrivens, there you go, she's won, but she's only won once before. So Tracy Scrivens, you have won one of the stencils, okay? And then we need to go to Tuesday's live. So Tuesday's live. So Tracy Scrivens, you get the first choice of the first stencil. And then Tuesday's live, oh, it wasn't Tuesday, it was Wednesday, because, no, it wasn't Tuesday, we did the live on Tuesday. Tuesday. What did we do on Tuesday morning? Because Tuesday night, it was Tracy Mann Tuesday night. So Tuesday morning, let me see what we did Tuesday morning. Was it the cherry bakewell cakes Tuesday morning then?
I thought you said that was Monday.
Well, I needed you to confirm the date. When was the fall apart cake? Just try to
first on Tuesday.
Can you just have a look at the calendar, please, Simon?
First on Tuesday. It was, yes. Tuesday was.
So it's Monday morning. We've got Danielle there doing the live on Monday night. So we did a live. So that was Tuesday morning. So Tracy, you won Tuesday's live. I need to find Monday's. Monday was the 30th. Viennese Whirls.
Oh, yes.
So the winner of this one gets the first choice of the stencil. So Monday was Viennese Whirls. So let me just load this one up. So same rules apply, okay? Because some of you have won, and I hope that you're not upset.
Hold it up, Carol, so we can.
You should still. I know. I just have to load them up first. So I hope some of you are not upset. I think it's only fair that we should give other people a go, because some of you have shared and shared and shared, and to be fair, it doesn't give those other people a go really. I do have a look to see where you share to as well, and quite a few lot share into the group. So let's just, so I'm just making sure I've got everybody loaded up. Barbara Ann Ford, there you go. I don't think Barbara's ever actually won before. So well done, Barbara. So Barbara, you get the choice of the first stencil out of 3. So there's 3 stencils, Barbara, and you get the choice. Can you see on the camera there, Simon?
Let me zoom out.
You see?
Okay, yeah.
So you get the first choice of the first 3 stencils, Barbara. Once you've told me which one you want, okay, so it's going to be a bit difficult, so we'll call that one 1, 2 and 3, and I'll leave it in this order. And then if Tracy can message me, and then I'll let Tracy know which one you've chose. So this is number 1, 2 and 3, yeah? So Barbara Ann Ford, you've won that, worth £16.50, and then Tracy, you can win one as well. You've won one as well. So both of you message me. So 1, 2 and 3. I'm going to leave it like that. So private message me. You both know how to private message me. You've both done it before. So well done. Congratulations. So that's us done, Simon, isn't it?
Well done. Okay.
Well done.
Now brush over and see Carol and Laura now.
Yes, we've
Just
gone live already. So right, we've got to go because we're live already on our page. So cheerio, bye, see you tomorrow. Is it tomorrow, Simon? 11:30?
Tomorrow at 11:30, yeah. Wednesday.
Sugar art tomorrow. Blossom sugar art. Do you want to do that tomorrow? Yes? Good.
Excellent.
See you then. Don't forget to like and share. Go to YouTube as well. Cheerio. Bye.
Bye.